What is up, everybody? Welcome in to the Black Hole MPL. I'm your caster 4. Tonight, we got a pretty good matchup coming between Malevolent Esports Company as they take on Soft Noodles. A best of 3 match. Pretty much, this is the upper bracket grand final or finals here. I believe winner moves on to play against the winner of the losers bracket. Loser from here moves down to the finals for that already. Should be a pretty good matchup, though. Malevolent and Soft Noodles, both pretty decent teams. You see them all around. But let's get into the maps. That's what you guys are here for. You're not here to talk to me. Starting off, we will be playing Chalet, and Malevolent having the defense there for the start of it. I believe Malevolent will have defense all throughout tonight because, well, they just got dealt the lucky hand there. Chalet, a great 50-50 map, depending how you want to look at it. Now, yes, it can be very, very defender-sided, but you have to play into one another really well. Luckily for the Malevolent side, the team has been around long enough that they do tend to do that. Personally, I don't know Soft Noodles that well, so I don't know really how they're going to play. This is a new experience for me on that team. Let's go into the predictions, though, because the community has been very vocal on this match. At a rating of, drumroll please. Oh, is it just not going to work? Oh. Okay, it was working. Don't know where my poll went, chat. It was there, though. And we seen Malevolent had a lead of, I believe it was like 13 to like, I want to say 8? Can I get it? Yep. Yeah, it was 13 to 8. I was indeed correct. Pull the predictions back up. Sorry about that. Yeah, the poll was 13 to 8, so the community is very vocal in their backing of Malevolent. Not to mention, they do have a pretty large org behind them with a lot of people that do come out to support that team. Soft Noodles really don't know the guys, so they might have that large community backing. I really hope they do. I want to see it. But back to the map bans. As we see here, a lot of really team-based maps being pulled off. As we see Cafe go up, Lair go up, and Labs go up from the side of Malevolent. Sticking more to, I guess, the frag-heavy map of Clubhouse to be the decider. Chalet can be won off of kill skill alone, but you typically tend to see players play more into that team role of, gathering main wall, pulling over from library over into main office, or, of course, the blue side or solar side push across into library for those, bar games holds. Pretty much Chalet is going to play almost the exact same as what Skyscraper is. Clubhouse can even fall in that same bracket of a full side-to-side push needs to happen to clear anything on these maps. On the ban side from Soft Noodles, we do see Border, Consulate, and Bank. Now, Bank is an entire map based off of frag power. So seeing them pull that is, I believe, one of their first bans. May lead you to believe that they might not be a frag-heavy team. Because, typically you leave that map up to gun out on. Border, the same can really be said about it. Now, yes, team play is a major aspect of the game. But Border's another one. If you have a Slayer on your team, he's just going to go slay out, take full control. You don't even got to worry. Consulate can kind of be dictated in that same light. It's like Skyscraper where there's cut points. There's so much he has to take. There's a lot of crossfire angles that teams can hold. Chalet, there's a lot of major crossfires down that main hallway coming through blue side. So I hope to see maybe Malevolent pull that over 19 utility piece strategy that they were talking about to me earlier and lock down that main blue library hall. Now let's take a look in game. Let them know that Caster is ready. And I will server mute myself. Can you server mute me for tech? Timeout jump ins. They're not saying nothing yet. Maybe teams aren't ready? I don't know.
Rough.
I see a message that I will not be reacting to until once we're in the game and rolling. But I got a feeling I know what is going to come from round 1 of this Malevolent defense. To those watching, it'd be cool if you could throw up a going live post for me. I can't do that right now. Sonic is being dumb, fixing his moss right now. For a lot of people. We do have some moss issues. Of course we do. Welcome to Siege. Moss is garbage. We're going to be rolling an ad here in a couple minutes. Or maybe it's hitting by the time you guys are hearing this. Just try to get them in before the game goes. It appears Moss might have gotten a new update. Yeah. Well, wait here. Let's dissect these maps a little bit. Again, all maps here result in a side-to-side push needing to happen to clear it out to take control. I think where a lot of difference will come in, Chalet is extremely controlled by the vertical presence here. If you're not taking and holding up above, or even C4ing from below going up, your defenses are going to be horrible. Whereas Clubhouse, you really don't require roam pressure the full way downstairs. Mostly just setting up key parts of the map. Like playing the SSG hold down in lounge, maybe having somebody play either top stairs or bar side for the basement holds. And then gym bedroom, really you don't need any verticality. It just needs to be a full floor hold. So Clubhouse would be a good one. I hope to see map 3 here tonight because I want to see how these teams try to attack it and defend it. Sky is always an interesting because no team that I know of has an actual strategy of their own for Sky. It's always something that they're pulling, something that they're building, something that they're learning. So a good Sky defense, to me, really doesn't involve a hard roam. It is just a full extension across the map. You know, you need to make sure that you can hold control of that, you know, drum side. You got to make sure you're holding Dragon, that top shrine. That whole area there needs to be held down because you need to protect your flank across. You know, as for stairways, those are pretty easy. Give up the control. You can hold those from cross angles. As for coming in on the outside, there's not a lot of windows that will give you much access to the building. Most cases, you're either A, jumping straight into sight like you would on armor window, which you're fried down if you do, or C4'd out. Or you're coming in the dual door up into, like, where the bar is at, the split door. In which case, you're gunned down there. The only window that, you know, you can kind of play off of, or door you can play off of, is black stairs. You can usually play a Monty shield in there. So, let's play into these bands a little bit. Chalet, we know we're going to see an ace. As for the other attacker band, hopefully a blitz. You know, I know Malevolent, I don't think they like playing against shields all that often. The defender is getting banned here. I mean, a Kaid is always a useful ban. However, I see another one playing more into an intel op of getting rid of Mira. Mira, Azami, Kaid, one of those. Could also expect to see maybe a castle ban, but really he's not that great on Chalet. And we're going to be a little bit longer as they do have a PC being reset to try and fix Moss. So that adds probably another 15 minutes to our start time. But yeah, so I'm expecting, you know, probably a Mira, a zombie band to start out Chalet, followed by, last but not least, maybe a Kaid or Two-Brow. Attackers, hopefully a Capital ban, as dumb as it sounds. Hear me out on this. He is great for trying to clear out that blue hallway. which if Malevolent plays the style of gameplay that they are planning to bring, we're gonna see them, try and clear that hallway. So Capital ban would be great. The Ace ban is just phenomenal. He's one of the best hard breachers in the game. You gotta get rid of him. Maybe Thermite too, just a double hard breach. Good ideas. However, with PC, the Maverick kind of, outweighs that a lot. So a Thermite going, Ace going, and Capital. Unless Malevolent plays into the shield bans, which we will see probably a multi pulling off the board, or Blackbeard, depending on Soft Noodles and how they abuse it. As for Sky, hold on, they're talking about Moss.
So, how's y'all's day going?
I worked all day and I hate my life.
I want to die.
Yo, same.
Me 3.
Don't do that, you'll die.
That's the goal.
Yo, twin. Don't let anybody treat you like Tylenol. You a perk 30, twin.
Alright.
That's the sweetest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Bro, did y'all hear that man's chair creak? Like, bruh, oil that thing.
I mean, you can oil me up. I mean, what?
Alright.
Is your real name Keegan?
No.
Yes.
No.
It is.
It's cute. It's a cute name.
Don't fuck me about it. Oh, wait.
His name's Keegan.
Yo, are you trying to raise me up right now, twin?
Oh, maybe. Yo, y'all should find an E-sub for a rickshaw and let him come cast with me.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, twin.
Yo, I figured. I see you, rickshaw. Alright, back into our conversation we were previously just having. On to Skyscraper. I don't know Skyscraper that well. So, to me, the bans would probably fall into, like, defaults of Blackbeard, Ace, probably Monty. Defenders, again, just a zombie, Mira, maybe Castle, maybe Smoke, depending which one gets abused more. Maybe a Clash. We know Clash can be extremely detrimental. So, I'd like to see her get pulled out here quite a bit. As for Clubhouse, my dream bans there are going to be the Azami. Haha, very funny, I know. Castle, again, he needs to go. And you'll never believe this, but Mira or Two-Brow. Again, highest ban rate in all of comp for a reason. They're insanely good operators that just really have no easy, simple counters. I mean, they do, they're just super annoying to actually deal with when you do counter them. For the attacker bans, probably the Monty. Probably, honestly, I'd get rid of Habana before anybody else. If you're going to try and bunker in that basement, which I know Malevolent will attempt to do. So, getting rid of the Habana, getting rid of your Monty, and then maybe follow that up by either an Ace ban or Capital if you like holding those top rafters. Like, there's too many good operators to just select and like be able to predict it from here. You don't know what the teams are going to play and abuse on each other. Alright, I gotta jump in VC2 so I can be server muted.
Now please bite a chunk out of that ass.
Ignore that. Let's see if I can go in here still.
And then the next game proceeds to go.
Alright, hey.
Okay. Alright. I think we are all set up. Everything will be rocking and rolling here shortly, chat. as Chromio, I like it, is the last one to join on Soft Noodles. A little bit of a game issue, but we should be ready to rock as he does have his moss fixed. Coming in here, chat, map 1, of course, going to be Chalet. Assuming we get started. That's Malevolent saying they're ready. I'm saying I'm ready. And as soon as Soft Noodles says they're ready, we'll make sure we'll get it rolling. As we go into Chalet, here's a good overview of the map. Alrighty, welcome back. The band's already going haywire from what I originally believed, as we will see a Blitz and a Valkyrie come off the board almost immediately. Again, not what I even expected. However, I don't hate it. Turn off my hair triggers on my controller so that way it's good for casting. Following that, we will have the Kaid and Blackbeard, which, hey man, that plays into the hand. I knew it was coming. And starting out, we will be seeing Malevolent go with the bar gaming side, so expect a blue upstairs hold and a lot of utility going to be rolling with it. You can already see, I know we're going to have a shield and some Jaeger devices and maybe the Wamais coming into play. Where's my controller at? My wires are all wrapped around each other. And a bit of an oddity though, we will be seeing the Jaeger playing with the shotgun. Typically you see him with, you know, the 416. One of the best guns in the game for him. And, yep, they're doing it. They're doing the 20-piece utility strat. This is just a game of how much utility can we throw in one spot. We're going to count it out here as soon as they're done setting up. Because I know Jaeger still has to come up and place his ADSs for it. After I count this out, please clip it. Julia, I know you're here. I want this to be known. Let's start counting now. Why don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, technically 15. Keegan getting a first pick that I wanted to tank. Great spawn kill from him. And I counted 15 pieces of utility up there. But I believe there is probably more. I believe my record is currently 13. But back to what is important. A push looks like it is going to be starting through Snowmobile. Excuse me, and that will be thwarted as Panday goes for a swing with a pistol, taking Pineapple down. That's the power of utility in, you know, droning in this game. They have the cameras. They're giving some immediate live pings. And Clip's now going to be getting aggressive, but being swung by a rickshaw. And Clip's trading each other out. Is the first, well, I guess first good trade of this one comes out. And Chromio is now down, sonically being traded down by Bait. Now we're down to a 1v as Panday will swing with that shotgun, closing out this round. Malevolent already starting kind of dominant for that base, or for that bar games hold.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Okay, that was over 20 pieces of utility according to the team. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch the clip and see how much was actually there. Starting out now, we're going to be coming, or well, I guess it's starting out, but second map, or round into this map, we're going to be seeing the office master bedroom side hold. Not really much utility being set up for master bedroom, although we will be seeing a hopeful downstairs play by the Sentry, played by Ariksha. And a very, very hard library hold coming. I've really never seen a castle get played, especially not in the way they're playing them, as this defense looks loaded for bear. They are not going to be budging, at least not very far. Flipping up here, Keegan now has that 416 on the Jaeger. And Chromio going to be eating a ton of damage by sonically with a spawn peeking DMR. Honestly, Chromio is lucky to still be alive after taking those 416s to the chest. And let's give us a good top-down view of the map. Starting out, we will be having the library overtake. However, they do have a Flores kind of playing on that bathroom balcony. But yeah, you already know he's just going to rotate it out. Their main objective now has got to be to clear this Jaeger off of the top stairs, as him playing this spot will deny so much, getting a good down there onto one, and now he just has to try and maybe hold that res. With utility being burned around him, we will see a jump in and an attempt at a revive, and Clips will find Keegan as Keegan tries to tap peek him. Pineapple eating a ton of damage there. And they will get Chromio back up on a revive. However, again, these aggressive head holes being held, sonically DMR in hand, he can almost one-tap whoever wants to peek him. And we'll find Chromio with it. Here comes the Ash, eating around through some softball, so not as much damage as it should have been. And the Flora is going to be making short work of this utility. They got rid of the blue shield already. They're ripping open into sight. Ariksha finding Klimps, though. C4 from down below. He's now chilling down in garage. Relic finding a pick onto tanks. And now it's just Bait and Pineapple in a 2v4. Pineapple going to see maybe if he can take a free pick here onto Sonically, finding a good one. Bait has that library control, but I don't think library control is absolutely what you need to be after here. Because, yeah, sure, you have some room on the map, but they have everything ripped open to try and shoot at you. And Ariksha now rotating back up, going to be playing close on the small wall. As Thatcher moves up now, close on door, we have Ace coming up to breach. And what do we have for the defenders' locations? As Bait gets swung by Ariksha, finding him, Relic taking Pineapple. And Malevolent, again, just starting this game out extremely strong. Pulling 2 rounds in a row. Hopefully Soft Noodles is able to pull some sort of adjustment and bring themselves back into the game. Round 3, we will be seeing a kitchen dining hold and a set of bands coming up after this.
Bench is set.
Pulling the match chat back up, that way I can keep an eye on everything. Let's see. A vertical hold coming for up above kitchen. They want to be locking down office. And it seems like that's what they are attempting. Full holes are being made, though, for the 90 hall. They do have Mira still on board. That Mira is going to be super annoying. Nobody chilling downstairs. However, they do have a Glaz in play by Klimps. I got a feeling we're going to see a main wall push here, as that Glaz is really, really good for seeing deep into sight and taking everybody down with it. Oh. Okay, yeah, so this is definitely a software issue on my controller, as Klimps does eat a spawn peek there, but I believe sonically, again, this man has just been super aggressive on the spawn peeks, going for as many as he can. And, I mean, he is landing damage. It's not like it's costing him anything either. The setup's still being built upstairs. Not as much utility holding blue as like we seen earlier. Library over push coming for these attackers. They do have an Osa on board, and I'm hoping they will follow her in, as she seems to be getting super aggressive really early, charging up shields in hand. With her, they can't possibly get walls open. Never mind, she has her grenades on. They do not have an ace available at their disposal. But with her playing her setup like she is, we will be seeing, hopefully, some time go in their favor. Trying to go for that swing onto Sonically, almost trading out with his life. We need to see the two brows stay alive if they want any chance of stopping this wall push. A swing from Keegan onto Pineapple. Actually, not landing Keegan any results now. Climp's going to be trying to make a glass push towards office balcony. Not really the operator you want to be seeing trying to make this solo swing, as he is super vital for the late game executes. But Relic finding bait, and the wall gets frozen and stopped. Climp's finding Keegan, though. A good trade out. The mirror is still up, and I mean, that is Panday, who's just an ultra aggressive warrior. Going for some swings here, not really actually trading any damage. Thermite getting the main wall open upstairs in the office. However, objective wall is still closed. I don't believe they have any hard breach devices for it. No, they do not. Tank's now trying to swing himself through office. Climp's holding the long angles in. However, when he swings in, Sonically almost has a angle onto him. And a rickshaw will find Climp's. I believe that was from down below, a shot coming up. Might have even been from basement. Tank's rotating through. She is right on top of where Relic is standing. And we're going to flip over here to Sonically as a C4 comes out from him, laying some damage. But Chromio finding Relic. Pineapple taking Sonic. Now down to a 2v2 as a C4 from Panday below takes Pineapple K. And now it is Tanks upstairs 1v1ing against the mirror on Panday. Chromio being taken down by, I believe, a smoke grenade from a rickshaw. And that buys Panday the time he needs just to rotate out. 10 seconds left in the round. A drop down, but Panday finding the kill. As Malevolent now stretches this lead to 3 rounds.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Alright. Come on, chat. I see 5 of you in here. Talk. Get active. Do something. Don't just sit there. Another top blue hold coming. I mean, we're going to count it out after this one, too. I don't think they're going to be bringing quite as much as what they did on round 1, because round 1 was entirely set up because of what I made on my comments the last time I casted this team. I think they had like 12 or 13 pieces of utility to try and hold this upstairs. I forgot to count the Capcan traps the last round up here, in which I was informed there were 23 pieces of utility used upstairs. This time though, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And no Wamais, so just 6. I don't see any spawn peak coming this time though. Sonically was the man to keep doing it the last couple rounds. And we got Dokkaebi over here. Climp's already trying to aggress the windows into sight. Bait gonna be trying to pull up through basement. And Sonically is the one down there to try and defend against it. However, with him being droned out, it may not be the best idea to continue on with this. They are sending so much drone utility after him. And we're going to maybe see a play down by the Grim, moving down through Trench to slow this down, like to try and take out Sonic. Climp's now also watching. I'm not quite sure why they're focusing so much attention now to this snowmobile side of the map. But they absolutely are. As basement is being flooded in, Arisha moves over to Fireplace to maybe try and buy some time and deny it. I mean, honestly, all it really sounds like they're doing is setting themselves up to be C4'd. Sonically holding the head angle as for them to run up. Ariksha dropping himself down into bar stock, and Panday gonna be the one getting super aggressive, pushing over towards West Main, and he does have the Grim walking down onto him, trying to trade some damage there. However, flipping up here to Keegan, he is still locking on top Mez, nobody moving at all. Sonically does find a kill on the Chromio up through the hatch. That is the Grim going. That's a lot of late game execute pulled off. And flipping around, we see Clips take a rickshaw down. They do know that he was in there. And a smart play to play between the Maverick and the Dokkaebi.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
However, Relic does find a pick on attacks, evening that life count back up to where they want it as a defender. And Pineapple still just chilling on this rappel, trying to push these defenders into himself. Clips moving up library stairs. We got Bait playing down his snowmobile. The attacker's really not set up in a position to play any sort of crosses off of one another. You don't want to play trades as you are down on lives, but you do want to at least have the ability to refrag as needed. And they're really not in a position for that. However, we do have Klimps moving up. Relic finding Bait, being rushed by Klimps, taking a kill onto Relic. Going for a swing and taken down by Keegan, though. And now it's just Pineapple left in a 1v3 with almost no time on the board. His main play now would just be to maybe go for kills. He does get the revive onto Relic, laying some damage onto Keeg. But Keegan remains up, and we're just going to see them maybe one-tap each other with pistols here. Malevolent pulling round 4 because of the 6th man on their team. That's right, father time. What has been a very, very, I don't want to say one-sided affair. However, Panday has yet to die. On the inverse note of that, Tanks has yet to get a kill. Both players still bottom of the leaderboard on their team, which is a little bit weird in Panday's case.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Moving upstairs now, we're going to have another gym bedroom. I'm thinking clubhouse already. I'm ready for map 3, everybody. But no, we're going to have another master bedroom office hold. And it looks like they will be bringing out the same aggressive head holes that they did last time.
Attackers have located a
The
bomb.
old open everything and pray strategy did work for them once. Let's see if they can make it work twice.
Seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds left.
Oh god, I feel like I'm about to get a bloody nose.
Defuse the bomb.
And a spawn peek now. Oh no, never mind. Just a punch from Relic. I was expecting the spawn peek, bro. At the split, we will go over the KDs and the performances of these teams, as Keegan is just standing here breaking it down. Come on, get jiggy with it, bro. No? Just gonna stop. Why is it the players always make a liar out of me? Every time I want them to do something, they stop. Go to my notepad. Keegan getting kind of aggressive down here in dining room. He does have players all around him. Both windows are being held. They have drones coming up against a master bedroom hold with a rickshaw being the aggressor down in dining. He's got Keegan chilling with him. These attackers know they got to clear this downstairs if they want any attempt to maybe swing into building. Keegan just trying to bait his life a little bit. The Buck rotating upstairs, and Keegan and Rickshaw combining for that one. Damage laid, however, Rickshaw going down to Pineapple. And Keegan laying in the bush, being taken by Chromio. Relic does find Bait with that baby shotgun. But does it really matter as we're back to a 3v3. Relic is low on HP now. And is he going to maybe try and play the hatch here? I have a feeling he will. They're now full defense setting up for a push up the solar stairs. Tanks playing right into that hand that they're dealing them. Pineapple setting up to help the execute from bathroom side. Grenading in. Pre-firing wall, but Chromio is taken down by Relic as he goes further rappel in. Tanks pushing up the trophy stairs. I keep saying solar. That is trophy. That is, I don't think that is solar.
Attackers recover.
It's the other maps that I'm used to. And being taken down, Relic with a 3K as he finds Tanks. And now it is down to Pineapple in a 1v3. Not really many options on the board here, as Panday is holding kind of close with that shotgun. We got Sonically trying to line up the Pixel on the jump in. And Relic just chilling in master bedroom, probably clipping that 3K if I'm being honest. Father Time now making his presence known. We're going to see Pineapple jump off the roof. For some reason, instead of using that little bit of time as a tactical timeout for his team, they elect to just, I guess, get rid of it. I mean, I would like to see him, you know, hey, we got 17 seconds to just sit here and chat for a minute, rather than, I'm just going to dive off a roof, guys.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Malevolent pulling up for their 6th round on defense, and it will be a basement hold. I don't think we're going to see quite the bunker, though, as they have Arisha setting up with the Vigil. Relic hopefully going to maybe pull a little bit of a roam here on the Legion as he is playing upstairs. Or maybe just because he has the shotgun, he's helping set it up. Arisha chilling in bar. As, yeah, here comes that vertical hold, I believe. Set this one to Wine Cellar Snowmobile. And no, we're seeing almost full vertical hold here. Sonically going for a spawn peek, which could result in them losing the thermite off rip, depending which way he continues to run this. And he is pulling it close. I mean, Sonically knows. Going for the jump out, finding one, trading out. Sonically for Pineapple, getting the Rewara off board. Honestly, a bad trade for this defense as you lose that main tool that you had to deny the heart breach. And wall will come open as the Twitch is just trying to get rid of that fire. Honestly, you know, I'm surprised they didn't jump out through the building a little bit. Now a 2-man push setting up to come in the main door. However, the rest of these defenders or attackers, we've got the Glass going to try and play back trench by himself. Tank going for diffuser and then pulling upstairs. This attack is a little bit concerning to me. Except, okay, no, he's just going up to play his claymores. I'll say, brother, if you're telling me he's going to go try and clear vert by himself, I'm going to be severely upset. Giving the live pings there onto where Legion is at. And hopefully Tank can let that AK rip and run in there. Klimp's just kind of maybe sprint across trying to bait some shots in. We got Chromio pulling through trench side now. All by himself with really no one around. Keegan finding Klimps though with a good kill there. Holding that top mez. And it seems like the vertical hold may be something that backstabs this team, as they seem more concerned about playing that vertical rather than playing for the kills down in sight. As Bait and Chromio are now pulling back towards the backside stairs, you know, trench, if you will. Tank's now making the full rotate. They may have abandoned the original plan here. Those footholds could prove to be ever deadly, though. But Tanks will get the breach ripped open for bottom trench side. Relic being live pinged, they know he's still in Snowmobile. And we have a rotate coming over from the Thermite. Chromio finding Keegan down to a 3v3. And Bait finding Relic. But he is Legion currently. Does manage to get the pull, though. Ariksha has got to rotate down to help his team out in some way. Panday is still just chilling in Wine Cellar 4-0. And you know he's trying to make it 6-0. Laying damage onto Chromio as Chromio goes for the rotate. Hiding now because they know they have a Glaz. And a swing coming from Ace. Almost landing in his favor. Panday dropping back into blue side. Getting Bait as Bait goes for the push in to try and hold. Tags going for the plant. Chromio is able to deny Ariksha the swing. But with that smoke gone, we see the Glaz go down as Panday now has that advantage. And he goes for the swing on a Tank, finding it for a 6-0. Panday just going absolutely nuts. Malevolent pulling all rounds on their side. And ladies and gentlemen, I think this man just went crazy. Goalie, if you're here, clip it. That's going on the TikTok for this guy. .6-0 swap for Malevolent. Still no timeout by Soft Noodles yet. A little bit weird. As I said, we would look into stats. We got a Rickshaw playing his support role very well. He's kind of a flex support, leaning support at 5 and 4. Sonically, pretty much same boat, but he is 3 and 4. But he has got 5 assists on this game. Keegan, one of the main guys, we're gonna see him out here at 5 and 4, and then Panday and Relic, the 2 entries, going 8 and 3 and 7 and 0 for Panday. That man has yet to die. The bands coming in, we do see the Blitz and the Blackbeard pulled off by Soft Noodles. They don't want to deal with shields. I don't blame them. However, we do see the Tuber out and the Clash coming off.
Locate and defuse bombs.
Same thing, they don't want to deal with shields, and they want to be able to hard breach whenever.
Located a bomb.
Bar games will be the first spot for the Soft Noodles defense, as they're already coming up to set up the top blue stairs. I don't think they're going to go to try and outdo Malevolent's 23 pieces of utility up here, but I would laugh if they attempted. I get a good laugh out of that. I like whenever teams just do stuff to mess with me. Malevolent, again, they're a team I've been making the joke about for a while about placing all that utility up there.
5 seconds remaining.
Soft Noodles did not get the memo,
Defuse a bomb.
as they only have a shield. They don't even have the Jaeger devices set up for it. They don't have the Wamai up there. There is a Frost coming up, thankfully. And we're going to see Keegan being the first one to abuse shields this game, as the Monty play does come out. And I believe what we're looking at, chat, might be a Solar Stairs push, as the Monty is already making entrance and coming through. We do see Bait trying to play piano side to maybe defend this. He is chilling in office. And if he gets droned out, which he does not, a bad drone putting Monty's back directly to him. And if I'm him, I'm yelling. Sonically and Chromio do trade lives, though. But it doesn't matter, as they've lost their Keegan. They've lost the Monty. Eriksha and Relic now both rolling in here, trying to push through. They do have that piano control. Again, it's a harder take without Monty available. And we're going to see that top blue shield go almost immediately thanks to Flores. And Relic now setting up his hard breaches to try and give them an angle over. They know the shield is gone. And here goes Jaeger, maybe trying to play below or play aggressive. I hope to see a flank coming up. That could be what he is attempting. As we see a Rickshaw now try and play wide, taking that window control. They have almost full upstairs. Literally the only one they have got to battle out is this Frost. If they can remove Frost from this situation, this becomes a much easier push for the Malevolent Esports Company team. Yeah, they're getting the full name now. Excuse me. Twitch whipping smokes down, pushing it in. That way it can make Relic's push a little bit easier. They do find that Fenrir gadget and now have full top blue control. Rotating around, we will see Klimps finding Relic off the bomb chassis, up the hatch. Almost finding a pick onto Panday. As Panday is now trying to play that library hatch. Eriksha ripping rounds through the floor, trying to open it up a little bit for himself. Panday almost seeing the foot there of Klimps. And here comes his drones. I wonder, is he going to just use them for verticality? It appears like he will. But with 13 seconds left, they don't have a whole lot of time to actually be playing off vert made. They've got to make a play for the site. And that will be Panday's first death of the game. Eriksha will find a kill there on a pineapple. But the 6th man of Soft Noodles picking up the round for their team. I don't know, chat. That's the start of a comeback, if you ask me.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Take a drink of water. In a bunker hold defense starting up now for the basement. Soft Noodles, I think they're just doing this to mainly stick in the game and set up the best they can. They do have Clips, who's currently up in dining room with that Azami. And it may appear that she's going to try and hold dining kitchen side. I mean, a vertical hold is pretty decent for how you got to set this one up. So I don't hate it. Got me some ibuprofen. Give me 2 seconds.
I'm reloading.
And there's my water. Flipping upstairs, we see Keegan getting a first pick there onto tanks as he makes his way through up top mezzanine, now pushing down towards fireplace. And a rickshaw trying to play the vertical from master bedroom. Deimos has been a great vertical play, as we've seen a lot of pro teams using it, especially lately. He's one of the best round clears in the game, and just continuing to prove on with that right now. A rickshaw pushing down, trying to find the Jaeger. However, he cannot manage it in time. Grenade out of his pocket, though. That would have been funny if it landed on him. Klimps finding Relic. However, the vertical play from Keegan picking up Klimps. 3v2 is Panday finds bait. And now the Ram will begin ripping open those floors, making it so the almost only safe spot will be in blue where Pineapple's hiding, or right over where Chromeo's hiding, because that is a salt or a hard wall up above him. Hard wall, hard floor. God. And the main wall now coming open from Panday, taking that snowmobile garage door first. It's a bit weird to see how this worked for Sonically, because the hard wall did not rip the way we expected it to. Hatch now coming open over fireplace. This man appears to just be ripping everything open and playing drones. Maybe Sonically will make a push down this hatch here off of the live ping. They now know exactly where Chromeo is at, as I don't think we're going to see him actually push the swing here. Keegan finding Pineapple as he moves his way down through blue, finding one of the Fenrir traps, trading a lot of damage there. Keegan pulls the pistol and ends the game with a good shot from it, drop shotting and everything. Malevolent will take map 1, 7-1 for the victory. Scroll up as we now prep for map 2, which will be Skyscraper. Quick overview, there's the stats, and we go back to predictions. Let's see, has chat been right so far? It appears so, as Malevolent is still voted to win 62-38, holding a majority of people's votes. Skyscraper is map 2. Let's go in here, and I will go update the overlay for y'all. You don't want to see me doing this. This isn't the fun part. The fun part is the actual game. You don't even care about between rounds when I'm just going to sit here and yap. Ain't that right? Score, Malevolent gets 1 point. I think what we've seen, though, throughout this game was, I don't want to use the word domination. Domination isn't right. But we see Malevolent play at just a skill level and a communication level that maybe Soft Noodles wasn't executing at Malevolent was getting a lot of early first picks, a lot of good, clutch rounds from their team. Soft Noodles had that one pretty decent round in their favor, in which they won it off of time because they were able to maintain, the KD ratio for their team, taking kills over it and then just backing away. Something Skyscraper could honestly have, in favor for them if they were defending first. Malevolent having this defense first, though, gives them the opportunity to take a shot in retreat. Soft Noodles, the round that they won on Chalet, that is exactly what they did, and it played out pretty well for them. Let them know that I'm ready, and we'll see what they say. Oh, they jumped into a VC as well, so they must, be cool with me jumping in there later. I'm just sitting here typing and texting on my phone. Y'all just look at the map bands. My brain hurts. I don't know why they're not readying up. Oh my god, is a rickshaw coming in to duocast with me? A rickshaw? Bro, you coming in to duocast?
No, Ariska, switch! Bad doggy.
Woof.
Who woof? He's mine now, I claim him. God dang it.
You thought.
Yo, I'm ready. I know my chat's getting bored. Ariksha sucks to suck. But he said Moss is being a pain.
Is someone named an Average Bell in your chat?
A honey pack a day.
Yeah, there is someone named Average Bell in my chat.
That's my boy.
Alright, chat, we're going into Skyscraper. Let's take a quick glimpse at the map. And like I said, it's just a quick video. Again, we're gonna see the Valkyrie Blitz ban coming, followed by the Tuberau and Blackbeard ban. Yeah, Malevolent does not want to deal with shields this map. Absolutely understandable. However, the Tuberau ban for this map is a bit of an oddity. I mean, I know Sonically did abuse that in the DMR earlier on for the last map, but I just don't believe that Tuberau has quite the same impact because hard breaching is not a requirement for Skyscraper. You know, Chalet, you gotta have hard breach to try and take map control upstairs. Sky, there's no really need for any hard breach besides maybe Geisha Wall. And at that, I don't think a Tuberau is necessarily worth, being the main expenditure to hold that wall. However, we do see an Echo being played by Relic. I want to see an ace from him this round. Because I like, you know, I like a good echo play. The setup's still going. We are going to see Keegan playing Shrine side. Panday getting ready for a run out on Office. Sonically is the guy in drum, or Relic is the guy in drums, and Sonically will be the one over in Geisha. It sounds like a push might be coming towards Keegan rather fast. However, knowing how this man likes to play aggressive, I do see a jump out. Our Riksha, though, eating a ton of damage from down below. That is Klimps just letting her rip up through the floor. Honestly, almost finding a good down. Buck is playing below. Pineapple will find Keegan, though. A first pick, this time going in the favor of Soft Noodles. If we look here at where Riksha's playing, he wants that Buck to swing him. However, Relic goes on the aggression, jumping downstairs and finding a pick to refrag his team. Gly's chilling outside of that karaoke window. Ace does rip open the karaoke wall. And here's where that Monty is going to just be super powerful, controlling the black stairs. The extra ace charge being used to now open up the floor for him. And giving Monty a free walk-in. Chromio finding a Riksha as a Riksha tries to back around and keep defending from that Monty. The Echo drone is still alive. And we've got a long angle from head holes up top main, or top mez from Panday. And Relic just going to continue on holding with that Echo drone. Denying the plant again. The Echo there doing great. Sonically really cannot go for a swing here. They do have a Glaz playing close. And it will cost Sonically his life to try and deny that plant. However, Tank does get it down. Relic and Panday now left in a 2v3 as Panday actually hits a jump out. Getting ultra aggressive on Chromio. Now Monty's one of the last ones up, trying to hold his life. Panday coming up black stairs. He's going to run straight into everybody else. The Monty is there. Two guys holding black door. And, I mean, Monty's making a smart play not to chase after Panday here. With only 20 seconds left on the clock. We're going to have to see Panday struggle and rush. And it appears Soft Noodles will take their first round. However, Tanks, the Monty will be taken out by Panday. A run at him coming from Bade. And he will finally finish the kill with a pistol. Off of the bomb being defused. Oh my. This headache is starting to get a little ridiculous.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
This makes me wonder whose map pick was Skyscraper and whose was Chalet. We will be checking that probably after. Or wait, no, I can just look on my phone really quick. Skyscraper was Malevolent's map. So, either they're using Skyscraper as a practice map in this, or they had a fluke round, or they're just really bad at Skyscraper. This AC blasting full blast because, buddy, I am sweating in here. This PC going to the 3D printer next to it, it gets hot really quick. Keegan trying for a spawn peek, not able to find anything off of it. The office side defense looking a little aggressive. Panday, though, coming up with a spawn peek with a Maestro. And not even going to run with it. Man, I was hoping to see a spawn peek. I like spawn peeking. Again, they have the Monty at their disposal. Tank's going to just be the one abusing it pretty hard. Riksha is playing close. Shotgun and SMG at his, in his hands. He could maybe swing this Monty, but it's really not the best idea. Thermite going to start ripping open the main office wall. However, that is to be held by Sonically. He's holding up an aggressive on it at least, which is a good thing. The jump in coming and lighting off the C4, not actually taking any damage with it. However, the Monty is there, taken by Sonically, and a rickshaw sliding beneath that Rewara barricade as it's coming down. Does get a down. We do see Sonically lose his life. Clips taken, Pineapple going, and Defenders winning that round. I don't even know what happened. It all just went down so fast. I think that might have been a trade out and then a Maestro cam just in there zapping somebody. Malevolent picking up one heck of a round off of enemies killed as everybody just died almost immediately. A good play by a rickshaw there to lay underneath the Rewara door and does find a pick off of it.
Defenders, protect your
You know, denying a lot of entry through building. And I believe it might have been Sonically with his DMR also coming in for some swings. I don't think he went down, but he might have.
Discover the location of a bomb.
Defense now coming in with the kitchen barbecue hold. And it looks like they will be playing a vertical up into the karaoke room.
Well done.
These FNAS from Fenrir are going to be stupid annoying for the attackers. It honestly will not surprise me if we see a Fenrir ban coming up next. Having a Fuse on board means that you know there's going to be a vertical execute coming down. Fuse is honestly one of the least played but most useful operators I've noticed in this game. How is he useful, you may ask? Because he has that ability to just clear a whole room below him. Nothing beats clearing a room without even having to look at it and by killing everybody inside. Is there a hostage? There doesn't need to be. Hearts and minds. There's still hearts and minds. They're just, you know, here and there and everywhere. Clips coming on a swing, being taken down by the DMR of Sonically. This man has been absolutely ruthless on these DMR plays. And Panday swinging up, finding a double baited. Will find Keegan, though. They are also, ooh, a good one from, I believe, Relic. A little bit of a jump out. Pineapple Crush is now the last one alive in a 1v4 situation. He has got to lock it in. And I mean, him and Sonically are just staring at each other. And the impact below just warns Crush. Hey, bro, don't even bother trying to peek this. Holding the head holes, he wants that Fenrir to go for the swing. However, as Sonically will go, they will trade some damage out, but Sonically will lose the gunfight by a headshot. Fenrir taken down by Pineapple as well. This man is off to a stampede here. However, Relic is the one playing down below. I got a feeling Panday might just go for the rush up. I mean, if he's smart, he doesn't. But we're talking about Siege, ladies and gentlemen. And these guys love to get kills. Pineapple Crush with all the time in the world to make whatever play he wants to. Is electing now to go to split. He doesn't even have the fuser in his possession. Relic, again, still just playing below. Walks right over and finds him up through the floor. Malevolent pulling the second map. Or second, oh god, their second round of this map. Like, my face isn't working. Chat, where are y'all at? I need people to talk. Y'all need to start talking more. Huge shout out to Average Bell. Don't know who you are, man, but they were talking about you. Your buddies are the ones playing. They said you have to leave a sub. Echo and Monty now being the next set of bands coming out here. I mean, you could see that coming. Both of those operators were super annoying for these teams.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Oh, the T karaoke hold coming. Let's see how they're setting her up.
seconds to insertion. Attackers
It appears
must locate
Panday
and defuse a bomb.
will be the one for the little bit of an aggression hold over towards the Dragon side. He's probably going to hopefully be playing either Exhibition or Offices. Oh, nope, it's a run out from Office. Trying to hit a spawn peak, but nobody is even over there. Looks like a 4-man push on the opposite side of the building. Not even sure where this last attacker is at.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Oh, there he is.
Attackers have recovered their
Buck making immediate entry to the building. Rushing over to Barbecue, trying to find kills up through the floor. He has, I believe that is a rickshaw there again. Kind of pinned up on the table, or onto the chair where he's loved to have been sitting. Because he uses that to try and bait Chromio into being killed. He wants Chromio to try and play his windows. And he just sits there on the sofa. Sonically with hatch open though. Almost finding the Buck down through it. Would have been a very nice pick for his team, as it would have eliminated one of the most annoying pokey proddy characters. However, Chromio will find Keegan. Keegan off to a slow start this map up at 1 and 4. And there's Klimps finding Sonically up through that vertical as well. Tanks now taking that hallway control. They no longer have the Monty, but I still feel that we're going to see a push in an attempt to plant like we did the last time. Bait needs to be the guy to try and get these walls ripped open. The only difference between having a Monty here now is you're going to see Tanks be able to pull kills like that. Clips finding Panday. The wall now being ripped open. It is a rickshaw left in a 1v5. He's pretty much got to ace this round out to win it. And he's just chilling back, waiting for the swings to come to him. Bro, I wouldn't even worry about the phone call. They know where you're at already. Throwing some damage down to Klimps. Bit up too long of an angle. And Pineapple will go down to one of the frost mats. A rickshaw making the rotate over. Too much recoil on that SMG to actually take Buck out. However, Buck does dispose of himself from this situation. Swinging up, he's got Dokkaebi close on his right. And a flawless round for Soft Noodles. Pulling in round 4. Pretty good round. Diffuser was planted that game. So far, honestly, a pretty back and forth game. You know, round for round almost. This time, though, Soft Noodles looking like a way better competitor than they did map 1.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
There we go. I think I fixed my mic. I'm just gonna set it back to being like that. This boom arm is trash. Whatever idiot put my mic stand together definitely wasn't myself.
10 seconds left.
Had stripped out the boom arm holder, so now it just kind of flops and wiggles there.
Attackers must locate and
With an Office Expo hold coming, we're gonna jump down here to a very, very aggressive Keegan wanting to take a spawn peek. Something Malevolent has been doing since the start of the game to try and set the tone early in on these rounds. And I mean, it has been working, you know, at least all of map 1 it has. Let's see Panday try and play aggressive and let them know where he's at, because he wants them to come in and try and swing him. He enjoys that pressure. He enjoys the force of being pushed there. Relic set up drums. We're going to see Panday set up for Shrine. And again, a cross map hold, which is exactly what you need. Keegan also sitting on split door with a rickshaw coming up to Dragon now to help defend him. The only one left in sight is, I believe, Sonically. But Panday will find a first pick onto Pineapple. Chromio swing in, finding Keegan. Relic almost finding Chromio, though. Rotating back off as the shots come in. He is being actively live droned. However, Sonically is there off a long angle to find the kill onto Chromio. Now here comes Relic going for the re-swing. Laying damage onto Tanks, but Tanks does pick the kill. 3v3, they have now drum side control. They have yet to even try for Dragon, though, as Ariksha and Panday both dropped off back from it. Sonically now has to try and remain alive here, which is going to be a little bit more challenging as we see Klimps actually make the long rotate. But Tank's finding a long angle, getting rid of that DMR. And with live pings coming, though, we're going to see Panday pick up a good one onto, I believe it was Bait. Now, Panday trying to play off this bomb chassis. Live pings are coming for his team. The attackers really don't have that same utility. They don't, you know, they've got everything almost muted out. But now they know that this backside where the where Panday was playing is clear. And a Rickshaw going for a swing there onto Klimps, laying some damage, not enough to take him out. Still continuing to play off the Dragon. Panday now opting to go for his drones as the defender or the attackers will just rush them down. Setting up now a mini bar. Rickshaw eating a ton of damage. Going below for a C4 play. Will deny it below. Possibly. He finds Tank, but the planter does go down. It is now a Rickshaw versus Klimps at a 1v1. He's playing the bar with that Vector 308. And that AR is just so much better at that type of range over that SMG. Giving this round to Soft Noodles as they put themselves ahead yet again on map 2. Hiccups.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
He's set up now coming off his exhibition side yet again. However, we do see Klimps pulling out the glass. Look, he expects to go for these long angled fights. Which, I mean, Panday and Sonically have just been so rightfully there to entertain. I don't think I have any actual stats for these, for this league at least. I got added in a random server for no reason. Just kidding, it's not a random server, and I honestly don't know why I was added though. But Chromio and Keegan combining there to take out, or yeah, Panday and Keegan combining there to take out Chromio. A good first pick for them, as Chromio has been so disruptive in his playstyle, taking down a lot of utility. He may be 4 and 5, but those 4 picks have been absolutely vital to win the 3 rounds they did. And Tanks already has that Geisha side control. Which again, not the end of the world. It is a office exhibition hold. But it kind of puts Relic into a bit of a bad spot. Relic wanting to go for the swings here. Being flashed out. And here comes Tanks on the push up. Relic going for a re-swing now. Tanks trying to watch deep. I don't think he knows that the castle's right there. But he will walk himself straight into the pre-fire. And Relic will go down to the Zofia. Rickshaw eating a ton of damage as he is just chilling over in Dragon. Panday needs to be able to move up to assist him. Keegan taken down. Now a Rickshaw down as well. 2v4 on site as we see Panday run out for a kill there onto Klimps. Taken down as he rotates back. It seems like Malevolent is getting a little bit cocky on this map. And it could be their downfall. A 4-2 split is not something you want as a defender. Sonically now having to lock it in a 1v3. Tank is doing absolutely stupendous this map compared to last. So is Pineapple. They've now got that full drum, dragon, and shrine control. Getting prepped and ready to move in and take take towards the actual objective. However, they gotta fight against that screaming DMR that Sonically has. Dude just lets her rip at any chance he gets. Taking a first pick there on the Tanks, but he is gunned down by Bait. I believe he might have got the pick onto Ash. Yes, he did. It came down to pretty much a 1v1, kind of a trade out there for that last kill, as Soft Noodles will take the split 4-2. Soft Noodles kind of running away with those last 3 rounds. And let's see what kind of bans we got coming. Blitz and Clash pulled off. I got a feeling we're going to see probably another Shield ban coming. Why? Because why not? I'm going to assume a Blackbeard and maybe a Mira. Blackbeard and Fenrir. I'm close, chat. I'm very close. The Blackbeard is a good ban, though, because if you don't get rid of him, you will see, I believe, Keegan kind of just sprint in with them.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
They put these games so late during the week. I mean, it's only 10 o'clock, but I am old. As we have a tea karaoke setup coming now from Soft Noodles. They want to try and put a closeout to this map and put a closeout fast. They have had a lot of the advantage though in the gunfights, winning a lot of them very quickly. And so far they've had just Malevolent's number at every play they've made. Sorry, chat. I'm absolutely beat. We already hear that office wall being ripped open, as well as the single house wall. Malevolent not wasting any time and taking them out of control if they want. Tanks will find Panday though, the ace off the board. Losing him is a bit of a pain there. Eriksha now making the office contact here with the Montane. I mean, yeah, I was about to say, I'd hope he'd get rid of that frost mat for his teammate, but you never know. Relic taking lounge control. They do have bait playing down in reception, and he needs to be found, droned, and pushed out. But I don't think they're actually going to do it. They do have a drone set up to watch their walk up, but Panday does not appear to actually be watching it. Until now. The office side push slowly making its way over. We see our Riksha trying to move up. He does have that shield directly in front of him to deal with. Again, bad droning from Malevolent's part. Not finding Tank. Tank getting the pick. However, we'll see Sonically taking bait. Tank's left at about 1. Honestly, you could almost impact him with that Zofia to take him out. And Keegan will go for a swing. Klimp's taken by Sonically. 3v2 now. The defenders are not at the advantage. Relic trying for a long swing against Pineapple. They will trade a little bit. Now, Relic didn't even take a round here. Pineapple, though, left down to about 60 HP. Excuse me. Relic now hopefully going to try and move across, laying a little bit more damage onto Pineapple. Deciding to just sprint the Aruni gate. And Sonically eats a ton of damage now. Relic is gunned down. It is now Keegan left. He's got to pick this up for his team. Sonically is still standing, but not by much as Chromio guns him out with that DMR. And this foothold could lead to disaster as Pineapple will find the swing onto Keegan. 5-2 currently in the favor of Soft Noodles. And the Malevolent timeout is here, so we will go listen to the comms.
And in there, Sonic has a drone in Shrine, but we have no clue that Elysian's tucked in a fucking corner. With people either flipping on cams or setting up flank cams and shit like that.
That's somewhat my fault because I was giving calls for Sonic down below for the vigil, but at the same time, I guess he just timing me when I got off the cam.
Yeah, I mean, it is whatever. I said to reset, and people were still looking for fucking fights. Get your drone out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
we're better
guys,
than
this
this.
one,
Alrighty, chat. It appears like Malevolent do need a little bit of a mental reset if they want to continue to remain competitive in this game. As you hear there, a Rickshaw was not happy at all with the fact that that Legion did that to him. And sadly, that is not the first time we've seen bad droning on the Malevolent side, leading to a Monty being picked. We've seen it on Chalet. We just seen it again right here. I don't know if they're just not flicking right, which is what it sounded like they were talking about. Yeah, they might have been timing, or if the drones just aren't probing deep enough or well enough like we've seen happen on Chalet. No matter which way you want to look at it, they're losing the Monty very early on to just bad intel. Not quite into match point yet, but Soft Noodles has the absolute advantage here to try and send this map home right now. Excuse me. With Soft Noodles now being the defending team too, things are continuing to press even harder in their favor. And it appears like we might end up seeing map 3 tonight. Which is not great for me. I'm really tired. The rush plays coming from Keegan and co. As it appears like they might be trying to take that office wall extremely early. It is Soft, and Panday will find bait with a first pick. The Ace Horde Breacher finding one of the best roamers in the game is almost excellent. Ariksha taking that Geisha control almost immediately. We've got Relic who's going to be coming in Black Hole, setting up the cams for the flanks, which is something this team, again, they have desperately needed. They really haven't been flanked much, but they need the intel at their fingertips if they do. And Relic using those cameras now to try and force himself into the map, which again, good on him. And Keegan taking that top restaurant stair control. He's got a rickshaw standing next to him. I think as soon as this fire leaves, yeah, they're going to make the instant sprint to drum. Taking a lot of map control really fast coming over. But now is where the push might get stalled out as they first run into these defenders. They do have life count. You could say just play trades. It doesn't work like that, honey boo boo. Siege is a trade-based game, but you can't always rely on it. Sonically eating a ton of damage out here, as we'll see Keegan go down to Klimps. That's an exhibition swing over. Phone call coming out. Relic being taken down by Klimps. Pineapple finding Sonically in a round that was set up in the attacking favor from early on. Is now fully in for the defenders as they hit a 2v4. And Panday trying to swing top shrine. There's really no one easily that he can hit. Ariksha now trying to play with them. Grenades going out as they want to try and push into top house. But the grenade lands far. They do have live pings now onto where the warden is. However, that doesn't help much whenever you have Chromio playing where he's at. You have Goyo playing where he's at. Chromio finding one. Ariksha now left in a 1v. And Klimps will take him down 6-2 as we go into match point now for Soft Noodles on map 2. Statistically speaking, I'm pulling a number out of nowhere. But the team who calls your tack timeout has, I think it's like an 85% win rate right now. That is in Pro League. That is in the stats that we've all been tracking as casters. You have the highest probability to win the round right after you call a tack timeout. And every week, the teams have been making a liar out of me for saying that. Because it is starting to come back and bite me, because I've said it every cast. But statistically, they were at the advantage to win that round because of the tack timeout coming. I just think we see Pineapple locking in this map. Same with Klimps, and between the two of them, they were able to kind of shut down and deny Ariksha from doing his job. Keegan ain't able to do his. Relic's not able to do his. Sonically and Panday are both trying to do good, but they just cannot out-fry that power that right now Pineapple and Klimps are bringing. Bait going to be setting up another roam. I don't mind the idea of sending, you know, it's not that Bait isn't the frag power of this team. But right now, statistically speaking, he's not. It's happened a lot in Pro League. They send the person who's not quite the all-star shooter out first on the roam because you want them just out there to soften up the attackers. You want them to just go out and deal some damage. Chromio now moving over to help Bait out on this roam here, trying to hold off his side. We're going to see Bait dropping house stairs. Chromio locking it in. However, Tank going down to Panday almost immediately. Here comes the Monty. Chromio will swing and find Relic, though, which just burst open a whole new can of worms of, oh my god, what are we going to do now? As they lose that Zofia, that's a lot of soft breach and a lot of good pushing utility cleared out with her. Keegan swinging in. Bait is still up in VIP clearance. Does have his ability popped. And again, the Monty's back is exposed due to droning. And they know he's there. Soft drones helping these attacker or defenders out though. Sonically moving up onto Chromio, finding the pick. We see Bait just chilling in house lobby. He's got Keegan standing right above him. And the push is coming over as Sonically is clearing through Geisha, finding Pineapple. It is now just Clips hiding down in Pantry. He does have that shotgun below. That can one-shot a Rickshaw if a Rickshaw walks in onto it. But a Rickshaw will take the head angle. Bait now moving his way over to where Klimps just died at. And this attacking team now has to push down and maybe come in for the plant. Monty has diffuser. He's going to go try and tuck himself in his corner and go for it. Live pings are coming for this defense. They know where the Monty's at. He already knows, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't need live ping. Their only issue is they don't know where Bait is actually playing. He's making a smart idea to just hold bottom black stairs. However, missing those opening shots onto Sonically makes it a little bit more difficult for him. With Panday almost eating both impacts and Keegan swinging out and taking that kill. Giving Malevolent another shot to maintain in this game. And just like that, the Monty and Mara are both gone. A full shield banner from Soft Noodles playing them.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Deploying mobile cover. Securing the wall. Let's work together.
All right. Flipping through, we got a T karaoke hold coming from Soft Noodles. They're on match point trying to close it out. An extremely aggressive play again by Bait, playing as the Jaeger over here in Exhibition Room. I mean, I liked the roam on the Vigil. He had enough utility to keep himself alive. And it looks like Bait will find a kill onto Keegan, though. A free first pick for himself. And they've got to do something to try and even out this round, this life count. Wall ripping open right behind him, and he's able to slip away. We see Panday pick up a frag there on the tank. Getting rid of the one of the support players. And Chromio still just chilling. A Rickshaw jumping through, being taken down by a Frost Mat. You hate to see it. Setting up now in drums, that is Bait moving over. We got Pineapple still playing behind his top shrine shield. The attack has got to find a way to, you know, be not broken down the middle by this map. They need to find a way to try and take through and control some of this map. We see an attempted EMP over. That won't matter much as the Flores does his job, and we got Relic moving in, finding a pick onto Pineapple. Now going to be swinging up through the fire and the flames and the smoke and everything to just take another pick. So the Malevolent fans out there, this is a do or die round for this map. You know, this will determine if, you know, if we go to map 3 or if we just end the night here and Malevolent takes it all home. The smoke doing a great job at just burning as much time as possible. And we see Smoke now pulling up close onto the Thatcher. He does have the better weapon for an aggressive swing here. And he will go for it. The Thatcher, almost like he knew what was coming, tries to back off. Does not back up in time. A smoke grenade ripping over towards Relic. As Clips goes for a swing up with a shotgun. Up to a double refrag by Panday. Panday finding another up to a triple. And that was just Chromio left in a 1v2 against the Rickshaw and Panday. However, he is the Warden, but they do have a flash and a smoke still in pocket. So his gadget is at least somewhat useful here. A swing coming from, I believe that is a Rickshaw, dealing some damage. 10 seconds left in the round, though. Not a lot of time to make anything good happen. As a Rickshaw goes for the aggressive swing, killing Chromio. And putting us to 4-6. Soft Noodles still on match point, but they are closing in fast. If I'm Soft Noodles and I see that a Rickshaw and his boys on Malevolent take another round, I'm calling a timeout. Fixing the mental, because, you know, it is mentally draining to lose rounds straight.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
T Karaoke setup coming again. And we're going to see Pineapple Crush helping out his boys on the other side of the map, going over to set up his Legion mines. These Legions could come in seriously handy for bait. It's just going to be so much sound utility where they're playing at. And just, again, overall a nuisance. It looks like Chromio may also be setting up over here. Tank's going to be electrifying the main wall. And it's going to be a full side hold for the office end of the map. If I'm Malevolent and I read this out, if I'm their IGL and I'm making the plan of attack and I see it's a 4-man hold on the opposite end of the map, you better believe we are direct taking straight through Geisha. As everybody on Soft Noodles is getting super aggressive towards that drum and split side, they seriously only left the smoke to hold sight by himself. House wall being ripped open, but no damage trades yet. Currently, the Malevolent push is not quite stalled out. That's not the right word. But it's not super aggressive like we've been seeing before, where they've been in the building within the first couple seconds of the round. They are slowed down by all the utility, by the fact that wall is reinforced. They had to waste time to get the Flores in there to get rid of the bandits, and now they can finally try and start pushing over to the office side. And the defenders have all now made their way back to site. A jump out by Chromio. Chromio is taken down after a double kill, though. So, I mean, it is a pretty much worthy trade. And honestly, they could still go for the revive here. I don't recommend it. But, you know, the attackers may try and go finish off their kill. And a Rickshaw will go finish, just, you know, to help his boy out a little bit. Shots coming from Geisha's side. Relic was just watching that, but pulled off at the last second to start droning, almost costing a Rickshaw. Now we got a double up in drum push. A Rickshaw outside on that balcony. They've got to do something now to try and take space up this map. They know all defenders are stacking up on them. And with only 45 seconds left in the game, you gotta work out some sort of good push here. Relic can see the hands of the Legion. Keegan eating a lot of damage as he goes to swing the geisha window. Smoke is still just playing there. Does manage to get away with his life. And a rickshaw now coming up the black stairs through the barbed wire. Doesn't even care. Finding one pick. Finds the Legion almost, but Pineapple will take him down. Very, very low HP for him. Keegan, as he moves in through Geisha, eating one of those Legion mines. That's not only just a sound cue, that's a little bit of damage. Swinging up the Smoke, playing close. Smoke needs to die here. And we're going to see Relic pull a kill. And now it is baited in a 1v against Keegan. And Keegan will stop and go for the plant. Starting to plant early. And here comes Baited. Hitting him right through the wall. Knew right where he was at. Good map too, as it goes into Soft Noodles' favor. And we will be moving on to map 3. I told y'all we were going to see Clubhouse tonight. I mean, I pretty much knew it was coming. Both teams playing very, very well there. It just looks like Soft Noodles, after that first map, knew how to counter Malevolent. But overall, very, very well played by both teams. As I set up now the overlays for map 3. Again, we're going to be seeing Malevolent on the defense here. Set up for club. And I think overlay is now ready to rock. Turn off the studio mode. Tell them I'm ready. Yeah, Malevolent will be starting defense for this. After an almost over-dominating performance map 1, we see Malevolent fall short map 2. I don't know if it was just a mental thing, or if they were just not quite as prepared as they should have been for the aggression and ferocity that came out of Soft Noodles for that second map. Hey, bro, get out the spectator thing. That's my spot. But it appears that the teams might be using that little couple-minute pause to maybe fix the mentals of the teams, chat some things over of what needs to change for the last map, because it does all come down to this. This is where things get kind of important. You know, this isn't the end of the line. Loser does go, I believe, into the lower bracket, and we'll either be playing against. Let me. Who do they play against? They will either be playing against Alchemist, Wise, or Penumbra. As Alchemist did just 2-0 Gancitos, Wise and Penumbra still need to play, and then Alchemist and Penumbra need to play for the losers lower bracket semifinals. The upper bracket semifinals, though, or finals right now is what we're watching. I mean, pretty close so far, but still a lot of games to go. Huh. Pretty cool bracket. What's Group A look like? Voltage and Corvus Corps need to face off. Winner of that will go on to face U.S. Army Esports. And I believe U.S. Army Esports, or whoever wins that one, might go on to face I don't know. I don't understand how they're going to seed this the rest of the way. They're just in group stages right now. That makes sense. Okay. Just in group stages. Just trying to find seeding for the finals. Let's see if I can see how the Voltage game is going. Okay, the Wise Penumbra game is underway. The Voltage Corvus Corpse game is also underway, with Voltage taking, I believe, map 1 7-4. Or no, that is map 2 7-4. Map 1 was 8-6. So we're gonna see Voltage continue up their board even further. Sadly, there was no caster. Good game to Corvus Corp. Y'all deserve better. But it appears like we are waiting for some people to get back to the game. Yeah, Sonically said Malevolent is waiting on 2 players. It appears Soft Noodles is ready. I know I'm ready. I just want to get this thing underway so I can go to bed. Trying to figure out how this mic setup works. Tighten that down. You guys can just hear me. I can just hold the mic and talk like this. I should probably put a pop filter on it though if I'm gonna do that. Or I could hang the mic up like that. That would be pretty cool. Nah. Have it normal. So you guys are gonna hear me bumping this thing around. I'm just kind of sitting here, waiting on the teams to get back here and get ready. Not quite bored, that's not the right word for it, but just let my mind wander and have fun. You know? Not really much to talk about that last map. Besides, we did see a massive lock-in from the players on the Soft Noodles side. Definitely playing like a different team come map 2. A team that actually wanted to win. Malevolent now saying in chat that they are readied up. And we'll be getting into map 2 right now, or map 3 right now. Clubhouse is underway. The first set of bands coming out here, we're gonna see Kaid and Blitz pulled off the board. I mean, I don't hate those bands. The second set being locked in now, as Bandit and Blackbeard go. Man, Soft Noodles does not want to have to worry about bringing a Thatcher at all. I mean, that does make Jacuzzi Wall pretty much free. That makes taking through CCTV Wall pretty much free. However, they can still SSG hold and play below, which denies that wall pretty heavily. But we will see a church play coming first. Let's see a church arsenal. Lock that in. And what may be an aggressive play from Relic, I'm wondering if he's going to try and be playing upstairs. We have not yet seen a hold through bar ourselves yet. At least not a lot of one. So maybe that is what Malevolent is setting up, is that bar play. as they've got a rickshaw setting up with the castle. It appears that will be his set. We got Panday up in lounge right now, as what is turning into a very, very aggressive vertical hold here. Relic and Keegan both upstairs in Logi right now. They're still trying to set up. This defense is taking way longer than expected to get into position, as you can tell. But Chromio taking a lot of damage there. First pick almost going in Ricksha's favor. He's setting up now to try and hold this bar. But rear stage being breached by the ace pretty much cuts him down to no lines of sight that really matter to be held. He can still try and play below his door frame. He's gonna swing the ace, almost finding Klimps, but Klimps walking away with maybe 10 HP left. Hatch is now gonna be coming open from bait. We got Panday coming up on the roam. They do have the live pings for him. Not really even worrying because he can't swing it, at least not safely. Keegan still just playing up above here. The Monty making his way through bar, exposing his back and almost being taken down. The vertical plays do help out a lot. They're putting a lot of damage out. Relic now paying more attention to outside instead of watching below himself. Sonically now bunkering and praying that they don't rush, as they know that there are players off site. Panday dropping back. They do have kitchen hatch open. They're opening everything upstairs, making this hold a lot harder. Tank's now coming upstairs as he wants to try and help his teammate out. Chromio clearing through cash side as a push is coming across the map. Pineapple making his way through lobby. And now we have Klimps in CCTV room. What could be a possible double swing coming and a pinch on a tank does get thwarted by the drones, as they do find right where Relic is. We're going to see the canister get popped onto the Monty and Keegan rotating away. However, we do see Bait trying to get aggressive. Clips pushing through and clearing the vertical. Pineapple downstairs. They've got the Monty on him. Clips finding Keegan. I mean, it's getting pretty rough down here in sight. Relic now swinging, taking Pineapple. That's one pick for himself. The Monty will take him out. And here comes the revive, as a lot of damage is being put out onto these attackers, but not a lot is actually mattering, as they are not finding kills off it. They've wasted 3 lives to just find damage. Sonically taken down by Chromio. And now we just have to see Panday maybe sweep them all up. Klimps instead will find that pick for his team. A almost flawless round. However, Bait did get taken by Panday. Not a bad play by Malevolent. They just could not finish off their kills.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Let's see what kind of defense they're bringing now as they go gym bedroom. I'm going to set it up here that we can get a nice overview of everything. Now, a typical gym bedroom hold with a lot... Oh, of course, my controller dies as I'm trying to cast. See, you hit my bumper button and it's not working. There we go. But a typical gym bedroom hold, as they extend it over into library stairs. They do have the shield playing top red. But here comes the Monty already taking top rafter control. Has players rolling in right behind him, as they're pretty much saying, hey, we're coming for this side of the map. Things being aced open. Let's jump over to the Monty's POV, because he is rushing the mute down right now. They do have a C4. It's going to land at the feet of Tanks, almost finding him. I mean, I understand they have some advantage, but come on, man. Keegan finding clips, though. But the flank from Chromio coming up, taking, I believe, Keegan out. The swing in. Panday will find tanks with it. A rickshaw is there. They swing from Panday, finding Pineapple as he just swings in for no reason whatsoever with the Cali. Looking not even in the right direction. And then a shotgun to finish things out in CCTV. I really don't know what the Cali jump in was thinking there, man. She was just kind of going in to take some map control, and it just did not work in her favor.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Now they're bringing out the basement hold again. They're going to have our rickshaw playing the castle. Hopefully we see the bar extension come again, because I really enjoy watching these extensions that these PC teams bring that are super aggressive on the vert like they do. It's just kind of cool to see. Something you don't see much of in the console community.
Activating camera.
Already you can hear the Habana starting to get aggressive and taking these hatches. I'm going to flip it over to a rickshaw who's going to be trying to chill on the stage side of the map. The Monty walking in. And there goes that castle barricade that he was relying so heavily on to maintain control of the bar side. Now giving the hold up almost entirely is down to Keegan to play construction. Relic is holding his stairs, and they've got vertical over that hard wall of, or that soft wall of stage. Again, another vertical hold coming from them. Will they hold it better this time than they did the last? The last time they did lay a ton of damage onto the Soft Noodles team, but it did not result in a single pick. A full oil pit rush coming. We do see the Habana go down. Panday trading himself out for the Habana, or for the ace, sorry. Chromio does get the pick. A rickshaw finding Pineapple. They do have Monty in sight. Sonically just trying to run up with a C4. And that will cost him. And then Chromio goes down. Keegan going for the swing, taking tanks. And Malevolent looking a lot better on that defense. Killed and Church Arsenal went to Malevolent off of enemies killed. Malevolent playing that defense way better than they played the last one on that part of the map. This time it will be a CCTV hold. I think this team was dreading coming up here because they do not have any way to deny that breach. So with the Echo coming in, it looks like they may instead elect to try and just deny a plant. Which, I mean, Echo is pretty much perfect for. SSG hold coming below from a rickshaw. You gotta love a good castle setup. Looking down here, we will see Pineapple playing as the Capital, ripping a garage wall almost immediately. That denies Keegan from being able to play the window the way that he enjoys to over there. And Thermite will be trying to get that main wall, and he will succeed with it. In case you're wondering, we did see Valkyrie come off the board as well as the Monty. All shields are pretty much gone. Klimps will be trying to set up those Osas out on the main balcony. Grenades coming in as the main wall is ripped. Some more being opened down below by Pineapple. That's up to a rickshaw now to try and defend against. But really, I mean, he doesn't even have to worry that much. I just, you know, try and maybe play Garage a little bit more. You know, your main goal is just to deny a red stairs walk up. Flipping over, let's take a look at what Klimps is doing. He is trying to get in there and push in. Sonically eating a ton of damage. Klimps comes in, shield in hand. Tanks will now go for the defuse. Bait finding Keegan with the DMR. The Echo drone's hitting. Sonically finding a pick. Panday picking one. Chrome picking one on a Sonically though. 3v3 as Diffuser is down. Chrome is still alive though with that glass, which is going to make defusing this a lot harder. Unless, of course, we see a run out and a rickshaw will find tanks. Ballsy play by Relic. Planting the shield now to hit the defuse. Has it at his back and he will start. A rickshaw taken down. Pineapple trying to find the long shot with those fires. And I think we're going to see Relic stick it to take the diffuser out. With Malevolent winning their second one. Their third round upstairs. Off the diffuser being destroyed. That was an insanely smart play from Relic there to pocket that shield and bring it out when he did. Even we did see a rickshaw kind of, you know, blunder and fall as he was going to try and defuse.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Smart play by the Malevolent defense there. And honestly, Pineapple had the play with that Capital. He just was not able to get the fireball in where he needed it to.
All reinforcements nearly done. Main carpets are on that wall.
This time, another gym bedroom hold with a full con-side setup. Now let's see how this attack plans to come in here. They are bringing another Cali. Let's hope Pineapple doesn't make the same blunder he did last time and just dive straight in with his back turned to the enemy. You know they want to try and pull garage side first, as that push is already coming underway. Tanks will be ripping open that con wall, because if you're able to take construction side wall, that does give you a cutoff to deny any sort of defender rotates. But typically the defense will try and play Logi, so you really can't cut off anything. Ace here being thwarted by the mute jammers, but those are pretty quick to be, you know, eliminated. The call coming out from Lion, they know where everybody's at. We got Chromio, who ate a ton of damage as he made his way in. Pineapple now trying to take out the guy playing down in Lounge. That would be, I believe, a rickshaw who's down in garage storage now. Or secret stairs, whatever you want to call it. Keegan taking a little bit of damage up on top red. As this attack is now prepping to jump in and get aggressive. They need to ace open and take control of the cache wall, though, if they want to have any chance of successfully pushing through the map. Panday finding one, however, Keegan is taken down. Very, very low HP from these attackers. Tanks at about 1 HP. Chromio jumping through. Tanks taken by a rickshaw playing still down in Lounge. Has all the control that he needs. Relic with this Echo drone going to get on the nerves of everybody pretty quick. Bait trying to hold down in Lounge. We're going to see Pineapple lay a round straight into Sonically's chest, but not enough to take him. Sadly, Cali did get nerfed quite a while ago. Panday holding close con door with a shotgun in hand. Just waiting on one. Chromio trying to take him with that DMR. Out comes the SMG as he preps another reswing. As I told you, it is a prep swing. A rickshaw gun down. Chromio pulling the double up there as he finds Panday. Now it's down to a 2v3. Defenders on site. They still have the Echo drones at their disposal, though. And you see Keegan is watching it. Hopefully they're able to set it up and find something. And a smart shield placement to keep the Echoes safe. However, Bait might be able to hit a wall bang here instead. Flashbangs coming in. A swing from Callie. If she can even find a pixel, it is over for her. Chromio does go down. The shield is gone. And with 10 seconds, Bait jumping in for the plant. We do see the defenders or the attackers go down. However, they do manage to pull the round up as they kill out early. Honestly, all the defenders had to do in that situation was back off just a little bit, and they could have denied Soft Noodles another round. Instead, playing aggressive like they were, Soft Noodles was able to run in and get the picks in the final seconds. We did see 2 attackers down, though.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Last round of the half. We're going to have to see what Soft Noodles can pull out here to try and get the 3-3 split. Again, you want the 3-3 as the attacking team here. If you get 4-2'd, it means you kind of lost your half. Again, the aggressive hold coming upstairs. This time, though, Ariksha not bringing the castle, instead electing to play as the Mozzie because drone utility has been such a insanely big factor of this game. I think if he thinks that they can remove it, that it will make a lot easier to hold, especially in these late round scenarios like they've been facing a lot of lately. Ariksha is going for a bit of a spawn peek here with Mozzie. Something you don't see very often. Unless you're playing Malevolent, then you see them spawn peek almost every round. Bait knocking that one window, trying to maybe take an angle so that they can get those Hibana charges in and the floor, or hatches open in the floor. Instead, you're going to see Ariksha now rotate himself all the way up into Con and just try and play aggressive. However, Tanks, almost like he knew he was there, hitting a tap fire headshot straight onto him as he continues on his rotates. 5v4 now in favor of the attackers. They already have top floor fully locked down and controlled. All defenders are chilling down in basement. A very much bunker style hold coming out of them. Losing a rickshaw early on like they did was probably not a good thing for them. Let's see what these attackers are plotting out. The Echo, again, just ever so annoying. The Jackal is setting his tracks up a bit early. Almost a C4 up through the hatch, taking him down, though. As they now have pretty much full vertical control here. Without having a ram, though, a bit of an odd play. You think if you know their basement, the ram is going to be a definitive pick. Pineapple now scanning for some feet. We'll know that Mute is holding directly on his door. And with the smoke canisters popped, Mute's actually going to rotate himself over and pull close up in and hold the close triple church wall. Luckily, Mute charges are on the wall to stop the ace from hitting. And we'll keep him locked in there just a little bit longer. Pineapple will be found by Relic. I believe that is up through the vertical made by the Hibana up on main kitchen hatch. More smokes coming down as we see a prep down Moto hatch with 10 seconds left. Tanks finding some. We're going to see a double drop down kitchen. Keegan finding clips. A swing on bait by Keegan, taking him, taking Tanks. Now it is just a 2v1 as Sonically will find Chromio. And a game of chess was just won there. Yes, that was a game of chess, ladies and gentlemen. Very smart plays, stabbing back and forth, poking and prodding, with Malevolent taking the round. Now as we flip it over, let's look at these stat lines just a little bit. We've got Chromio with 8 and 4 carrying his team to victory, but Panday on the opposite end going 7 and 4, giving it back to him blow for blow. Keegan at 6 and 4, right below Panday, giving him a good assist, but Tanks, Klimps, the only two up there helping out Chromio, both 4 and 5. Pineapple and Bait definitely got to lock it in a little bit more if they want to succeed on this map. But the same can be said for Relic and Sonically, both negative on their team at 2 and 3 and 3 and 4 respectively. Ariksha currently rocking that 1.0 KD at 4 and 4. Definitely not such a one-sided affair like we've seen map 1 and partially in map 2. Both teams keeping this one a lot closer. We're going to see Soft Noodles going for basement on their first pick. And Bait will be the hard roamer here as he is on Vigil. I'm just wondering what we're going to see Vigil pull out of this one. Typically, we see Bait's roams be pretty successful. Even if he's not taking a ton of kills, he's burning a lot of time on them. And that is 3 drones gone for the attackers already. That drone utility needs to, be something addressed. They need to work on their drone economy just a little bit, as well as work on maybe better placements and probably actually using the drones more often. And just, again, not better droning. That's not the right way to word it. But the drone work was a little sloppy. Looking at Klimps, he will be playing on Secret Stairs. And upside down the rappel is Panday, trying to find something but not able to actually hit anyone. You really don't want to lose Panday because he is your hard breach utility for this map. However, they do still have Relic with his hard breaches and Ariksha with his. While rotating himself back into sight, they will not hold any. That appears to be what he's actually going for. With a rotate coming up, we do see the attackers take full cash and CC side control. With a Relic and Keegan both face check, clearing the world and setting up flank cams. Ariksha was the one droning them in. Flipping over here to Panday, he is going to be trying to get some hatches. He needs Sonically, though, to come over and assist. And the Two-Brow will deny any sort of vertical play here. We will see the KE Clog be destroyed. Relic eating a ton of damage on Central Stairs. That's a vertical play coming up. Tanks now making the run up and finishing the kill off. And then we see him going aggressive on for another one. However, that is Keegan up there laying a lot of damage back down onto him. Not enough to get the refrag, but definitely enough to make him have to retreat. And then Keegan is taken down by Bait. Bait made the rotate all the way up 3rd floor. Chromio eating some damage. Sonically still up in kitchen. Now trying to open some floors up. It looks like Malevolent is trying to play a vertical play here, but they need to get rid of Bait if they want to actually make a push towards site. Ariksha now getting the live pings, knowing where Bait is at. And he will drop the oil pit. Ariksha now making the rotate down towards oil to maybe meet him in blue. However, not a great play or smart play for Ariksha there. The fire's going in to play back. Swinging up. Bait is now chilling oil pit extremely close. Sonically finding one. Ariksha being taken out though. Panday gunned down by Klimps. And Soft Noodles will pull another round. Malevolent, the team that started this map kind of hot, has definitely burned out. As we see Soft Noodles pull another one. Inching ever closer, it is now 3-4. And these attacks, they're almost too intricate, if you know what I mean. They're putting a lot into them, and they're just spreading themselves rather thin. instead of doing more direct takes towards site and just clearing the utility as they go. Looking upstairs now, we're going to have another typical gym bedroom hold, a cash slide extension on its way, as we see the CC walls getting reinforced.
10 seconds left.
Camera feed up and running.
5 seconds left. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Oh, and there went my controller again. If anybody here has a GameSir controller, please let me know if yours keeps randomly disconnecting. Like, it stays lit up like it should be connected, but the controller just acts like it loses all connection. A fuse hitting up in top of CC, laying a lot of damage there onto Klimps. Not enough to take him down, but it does remove a lot of utility there. Ariksha making his way through garage now. They do get that CC wall ripped open with a can opener. And here comes the Blitz, making his way like a freight train. Taking map control, running in. I don't know what I hear over here, but it is annoying me. Relic will be taken down by AC4. And the Blitz making the push up now towards Womai. A little bit too far away for that flash to matter, though. Eating some rounds. He is finished off by Panday, though. It is a double shield push, as Blitz will also have his in hand. So whatever this thing is, it's glitching.
Attackers have located a bomb.
The Blitz crouching his way through. Taking over into Logi's side. We have Tank going down. Sonically pinching Chromio in with the Blitz. Now it is just the Bandit upstairs. They do have bait downstairs as he's fried down by Keegan. And here comes the Blitz straight into the Bandit. And gunning him down is a rickshaw. Putting this one step closer to match point. The shields are just broken in this game. Shields aren't that busted, bro. Shields are busted. Don't care who you are, don't care what you know. Shields are OP. And that's a fact, Jack. It looks like Malevolent will abuse them one more time as we see Fuse and Blitz on the board again.
Protect your bombs.
And the defender's going gym bedroom one more time. Oh god, liquid IVs are just nasty. Holy salt.
Camera feed up and running.
CC side hold being set up right now. I wonder if they're gonna have an answer for the fuse again, or if they're just gonna let the fuse, Blitz, and now Blackbeard combo run all over them. They don't seem to actually have an answer for the aggressiveness as Malevolent brings with those shields. They even have the double soft breach coming in here between a Buck and Sledge. And Fuse ripping in yet again. Not able to actually pick any damage or utility with it though. They do get the wall tapped open. Here comes the Blackbeard up top of the garage. And a C4 ripped and gripped. Keegan left it very, very low HP. But he is not down. Trying now to spray down the warden. He still has grenades in pocket. It might be worth just trying to rip him and throw him at him. But if you look, Blitz is chilling on red stairs. And there is a flank coming from a Valkyrie. Almost finding a rickshaw with it. Doubling up on him. And now they force him back into garage and lock him out using that new little fire gas pipe, whatever you want to call it. The triple shield play this time might have been a bit of a blunder. They don't really have the gunny up now that they needed like last round. Grenades coming in as Sonically has control of that construction window. Swinging one, finding a kill, but Klimps is able to swing with a shotgun and take him down, refragging for Chrome. And, oh, a double C4 by Bait as he finds Relic and Keegan. The Fuse just hitting everything he can. Riksha doesn't even have a whole lot of HP left for himself. He's making his way up red stairs. The triple shield play, again, I think it was a bit of a blunder this time. Sure, the team might not be able to react to shields. However, when you don't have enough guns to follow the shields in, things don't really go out as well as you expect. Having all three, or both gunny players coming in, you know, in place of the shields to try and take control of that cache side might not have been the best play, especially when you know there is a Valk trying to play C4s below. It does suck that Sonically died out there on the highway windows like he did. And you can just see Klimps trying to get a peek going for himself. Panday now going to be the one to try and play highway windows. He's got to do something. However, they are all castle barricaded off. And Pineapple will take them down. As we see Soft Noodles try and pull this game back into their favor. Last set of bans coming. I got a feeling we're going to see Blitz get taken off board here. Or maybe Blackbeard. Maybe that's why they brought the Blackbeard instead of just running a Blitz alone. Because they wanted that ban to hit him instead. But we will see Blitz and Valkyrie say sayonara. I kind of agree with the Valkyrie ban after that double C4 rip that she hit earlier based off the utility provided by her cameras. And again, the fact that she just has a C4 in pocket. A basement hold coming this time. And we're going to see Bait hitting the roam again. He played it earlier pretty well. He does buy a lot of time. Soft Noodles may be able to bring this map back towards themselves. However, Malevolent is one round off of hitting the match point. And, you know, I mean, 2 to win, so... I mean, they're really close. Are they going to, you know, win it all here? Or will they pull a G2 and choke in finals? Also, man, rip G2. They deserve the win. F Team Secret. G2 deserve that. Stomping the goat. I mean, I don't want to say the hot take of Alamal, what were you doing? But like, I don't know, man. To be one of the most active players on your team to just suddenly not so much, it's not something you expect. We do see Bait trying to be, you know, just a nuisance, chilling around up in that cache side, coming through con. They really don't have anything set up to clear him out. However, we will see Keegan rocking that shield yet again on the Blackbeard. What sucks about a Blackbeard shield instead of a Bandit shield, sure, the aggression is there. However, you lack that explosive resistance that you need to be super aggressive against C4 players like what we've been seeing. They do have Panday on the Fuse, which, I mean, could incite some good Fuse violence. Nobody's safe, not even the hostage, when he is in play. And we see the Tuberow now trying to come back towards Blackbeard. They know it's open and the call is made. The Blackbeard is pushing through dirt. And here comes the Fuse charges hitting down below. Can opener ripping open the kitchen hatch. And they now have somewhere that vert control. But Bait is in a good position here to maybe walk down and pick a kill. But it appears maybe Relic knows. Relic does not know. Relic is paying more attention to what is below rather than anybody on the stairs. This is where they need to have somebody actively droning and hunting down Bait. They need a roam clearer, and they currently do not possess it. A lot of attention being focused towards down below. Panday setting another Fuse charge up, and Bait will get the swing down, finding a double kill on that round with it. And if you look through escape tunnel, you're going to see Keegan, or no, that's not Keegan, that is a rickshaw laying on his stomach trying to peek something. Grenades coming in, forcing Pineapple to push up. That is a good down for his team. Keegan and a rickshaw both in there, but we will see a rickshaw lose his life to a C4. Chromio finding a pick from Kitchen, sonically finding tanks. Now down to a 2v2. And here comes Klimps through basement hallway. Sees Keegan. Keegan finding or finishing his kill on a Pineapple. The drop from Sonically. Sonically finding one up to a triple. Now in a 1v1 against Bait. Keegan finished by Bait. Triple kill for him. And it is 2 triples who will hit the quad to put their team another step closer to victory. Sonically maybe trying to bait the sound of that diffuser. Bait moving up through AK racks. And a swing coming with Sonically finishing that kill up. I don't know what the screen was that it just put me to there. But a good one coming from Sonic to put Malevolent up now to match point. Game and night is all on the line. The whole thing this league was for could be coming to a close soon, as Malevolent are on, 6-4.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Let's see another basement setup. I believe that Soft Noodles really likes this hold that they've been bringing for the simple fact of they don't expect Bait to be up on the room where he's at. Now, sure, they did just lose that round, but it came down to a 1v1 clutch. That's not a loss in my book. Now, statistically, yeah, sure, whatever. But if you're on match point and you can either go somewhere that you can take down to a 1v1 compared to anywhere else on the map, you try and take them to that 1v1 location because you just know you got to do better next time. And that appears to be that mentality. Bait gonna be on the room. I hope to see Klimps up there as well. And no, he's actually, I think, just maybe setting up his utility to try and buy time. Bait just chilling in the lounge. And it looks like he's actually pulling back to site. I mean, maybe he's going to run up main stairs. I'm going to assume he does. Just because, why would you pull your primary roamer back so early? And here comes the strip side push. There is a player droning through strip. That is the Rewara or Rickshaw. And they don't even have bar hatch. That's where he was going. To go get Moto hatch. Covered by Kaid while he did it. And a Rickshaw bringing his drone in. Will find him. They now know right where he's at. And a round hitting him in the back as he tries to rotate off. Sending him straight into the cut player up there. I believe that was Sonically. Sonically not able to finish him off. But leaving Bait as low as they did almost guarantees the fact that he now has to stay in sight. I can almost assume that they have vertical fully droned out now, as the Rickshaw is setting up to deny any sort of rotates around. Keegan coming through escape tunnel, and Panday gonna be ripping through the floor with those fuse charges. This time they're really not going anywhere though. I don't know why there was no bounce on them. Breaching charges hitting again. Fuse charge coming down through. Again, not going anywhere with it. I've never seen fuse charges just go straight down and land. Tanks picking up a good kill there onto Relic, getting rid of the Jackal. That means that Bait can now roam, and if you look, he is already up on the second story stairs, coming down main stairs, and it puts him right in behind Sonically. They don't know he's there. I don't even know if they care that he's there.
Bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Sonically dropping diffuser for Panay. Keegan going to be coming through dirt tunnel, finding one. He's got a Rickshaw on his back. And now here's where Bait can get sneaky. He's going to walk himself straight up behind Sonic and tap him in the back, finding one kill, and then rotating himself to safety. And with the dirt play, Panay taken down as he dropped hatch. They're very much so locked out. C4, I don't think Keegan even heard it. Now a Rickshaw left in a 1v, coming up to try and swing onto Bait. Not even clearing his left, and Bait will find the kill. Malevolent has one more shot to put this one away before Soft Noodles takes them to OT and puts the game up for grabs. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to lock in, because this could be either the final round or the start of the end. Turn that AC up real high.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Electing to go for a gym bedroom hold. They've done fairly well every time they've brought up to this site. Let me see if I can get statistics.
Throwing jammer.
Gym bedroom has been played 36% of the time on this map and has been very defender-sided map at 64% of the rounds going that way. I mean, all night tonight, we've seen defender-sided, especially map 1, where 87% of the rounds went to defense.
Initiate jammer.
However, for Skyscraper, it was slightly more attacker-sided at a 55% split. Now looking down here at Clubhouse, where it seems to be more of a defender-sided map. Clips finding first pick there onto Keegan, getting rid of the most important piece of this attacking utility. The Blackbeard is gone. Bait is still just chilling in secret stairs. As we're going to see this attacking team now maybe scramble around a little bit to try and figure out what they need to do different. Relic off to a horrible start here at now 2-8. Pineapple isn't doing much better. He is 2-7. We're going to hear the hard breach hit the wall. And as they can open on to CC side, but it seems more like phantom pressure, as now we have Fuse rotating himself over towards the con side. Charges ripping through construction, not even finding anything, and then another can opener hitting. The cut is set up with, I believe that is Relic playing it. He just has got to win a gunfight if one is to present itself, and Clips will swing him, taking him down for a good first pick there. Sonically playing these highway windows. He wants to get into Jim, and Jim honestly could be free for him, depending how you want to look at it. Castle is there to defend, but if you can take Castle, you can take this side of the map. As Sledge is now coming up and trying to get aggressive. Bait will find Relic, though. 3v4 situation. Everything's on the line. The castle barricade over into Jim is broken by the bandit. We see Panday find a kill on the Bait, but he's taken down, or we see Sonically taken down. Now is Panday left in a 1v3 as he found a kill there. And Pineapple eats a ton of damage, but he is still living. Panday has got to lock into this 1v3. If there's anybody on this team that can do it right now, it is him. He still has 2 fuse charges in pocket. But really, I mean, where would you use them? You know, it's not like there's anywhere that you can actually place those down right now. With drones in hand, they do have 2 C4s ready to go. And you can tell, I mean, he wanted to try and take through that con wall. Do or die for Panday as there is 30 seconds left and the clock is ticking down. Trying to maybe get the Mute to swing him. Instead, you hear the C4 rip. Mute's just going to bait for the jump in. We see Bandit set up to try and cover a jump in. Castle set up to cover a jump in. With 15 seconds left, Panday will be swung on by the CC windows. Trying to maybe hit a refrag or a respray. It doesn't matter. Panday is just going to save his KD and maybe use a little bit of time to just sit here and talk as we see Soft Noodles bring this one back. And we are going to OT, ladies and gentlemen. Malevolent just not closing out the rounds like they need to. Why is this stand quality so bad? Like, shouldn't matter how I move it, it should just stay. So that's what you'd think, you know?
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
With Soft Noodles getting defense for their decider map first, it is not looking great because defense has been just an absolute sweep by both teams, going 4-2 on their splits, and a defender-sided map so far. Heavily defender-sided at that. So far, they really have no answer for Bait, as he has just been a roam killing machine, almost a 2.0 KD on said roam. They need to do something to clear him. Instead, they're just letting him have that upstairs control, and it's biting them in the back almost every round where they try and attack this basement. And again, we see no Deimos on the board. We see no Jackal on the board. Now, yes, I know Bait can avoid the Deimos, but at this point, anything is worth a try. Activating his ability, he will be running himself through Lounge and over to Garage. If he impacts this wall and pulls a double kill, I'm going to just cry. Because so far, he has that ability too. They are getting the live pings to him of, hey, they are starting to drone in. I believe they're coming strip side. The Blackbeard now prepping to come in, rushing lobby side, coming through into bar. And Bait is set up in Garage for the perfect counter to this. We do see a hatch getting opened up by Panday on the fuse. Habana is alive still for the defending team. And here comes Vigil. Bait on the roam coming up. They don't actually have any roam, cameras watching right now. Nobody even paying attention to the camera that is set up in Lounge, that is literally meant to sit there and cover where the Vigil is at. And Panday will be taken down first pick, losing one of their top fraggers to Bait, who now has a 2.0 KD on the roam, dropping himself back down Oil Pit. And knowing him, he's just going to run himself to the other side of the map and go back up. Maybe Secret Stairs even. That just seems to be the playstyle that he is bringing. This entire attacking push kind of stalled out by what happened there. Klim's taking a lot of damage. And they don't appear to actually be trying to walk through Dirt Tunnel like they've been this entire game. Dirt Tunnel was not your issue, guys. It was the fact that you let Bait keep doing what he's been doing and coming up on a roam from out of nowhere. Keep an eye on him because you know he's going to try it again. They're unable to get Dirt Tunnel this time as it, requires an EMP. However, they have Thatcher on board. So him and Ariksha need to get together and go rip this open. Or, maybe Relic. But Relic has already dropped Memo. Taking Motorcycle Hatch down. Trying to maybe find a kill on the tanks. They do still have the Vigil alive sitting blue as well. Tanks is taken down by Relic. A good swing there from him. But again, Vigil is still sitting Oil Pit. And will ruin somebody's day here very, very shortly. Chromio going for a swing. Finding Keegan off the pop. Demira, a drop down blue. However, Sonically taken down. Klimp's injured. And Bait is out. It is now Pineapple versus Relic and Sonically. Ariksha is down. Diffuser's being planted with 6 seconds left. Pineapple going up for the swing. He does note there is somebody behind that close bar. And will choose to actually revive his teammate. And as the finish onto Ariksha, Sonically not really paying that much attention to Blue. Finding him as he rotates though. Now they know Klimps is coming up main stairs side. Comes right in behind Relic. And Relic will find that kill, giving Malevolent another attacking round for OT. Back into match point. Malevolent seems to be absolutely teasing everybody with this game here. Keep going to match point and then off of it. Band's coming back out. We're going to see Malevolent finally get back onto their defense. That attack round might have been all that they needed to put this thing away. As they did 4-2 split their defending. However, we did see two very, very stellar rounds out of the Soft Noodles team to give them those 2 rounds. So, who's to say, maybe the attacks will come out here and prosper. But with a CC defense coming, and they do have the Echo on board, I will never say a game is over, chat, because that is a caster's curse. But Malevolent looks ready to end this one and go to bed. However, with all due respect, I want to see Soft Noodles maybe pick this round up, send us into sudden death, and then all bets are off. We'll see what happens. Sonically locking into 12 and 8 to put this team up to where they're at. However, you look at Bait, who is 16 and 9. That's a fairly impressive stat line. And Ariksha going to be setting up the SSG hold down here in Lounge, but not actually set up to play it. Are they even going to play it? I don't think so. Panday going to be hitting a roam over to strip side, going for a spawn peek, and could maybe find one here. As Pineapple either knows or has some sort of inkling of an idea, and it will instead lead to Panday being fried down first by Pineapple. Immediate disadvantage for Malevolent. And we're going to hear main walls start to get ripped open pretty quick. Again, I say, nobody was down there playing the SSG hold. Finally, we see Sonically rotate down for it. And Ariksha, with that ACOG UMP, going to be playing up in top garage rafters. Honestly, that's the exact operator that you want to see doing that. Relic saying, hey, I need someone to help me with a swing here, as he is trying to give live pings onto where Klimps is. However, he does lose one of his Echo drones over that. Those Echo drones are going to be very, very nice here in about 1:10 to 1:20. Once the timer is down to nothing, he's going to need all he can get to help deny time. The secret side is now opened up for Sonically, forcing him almost back up red stairs, surrendering most of Logi. Or, yeah. Not Logi, Lounge. God. I don't know what my comms are tonight, guys. And a swing from Ariksha was almost a horrible planned thing, as Chromio will find him. Now they have this top rafters control coming up. They have almost everything open. This is going to be a very, very fast execute coming into CC side as we see Klimps go in, set up his shield. He is fried down. Relic is down, though. Sonically ripping the C4 and throwing it. Or no, not yet. And taking down Bait. We do see Relic get finished off by tanks, though. The fuser is being planted. C4 coming up and over. Taking him down. Sonically up to his double. 1v1 now for Sonically versus Pineapple. With 40 seconds left, he does not have a C4, but he still has a Soto canister. I believe those Sotos can deny plant time. Smoking himself into, that way he can go through red. Going for the revive onto Klimps. Klimps is about like tenths, or not even 2/10 of a second left. A Soto canister going out. Trying to just deny a run-in. And that fire going to force him to relocate. Pineapple gonna go in for the plant now, being covered up by Klimps. The shot's coming across, 7 seconds left. Sonically finding him, but Pineapple's able to clutch it up, putting us in to the final round of OT. What did I say, guys? I think I caster's cursed Malevolent just a little bit there, as we now go on to match point for overtime. Whoever wins this round wins everything tonight. And whatever team you're rooting for, you better send a prayer to whatever god you believe in that they're able to walk away with this win. Currently, the whole game does seem to be favoring out in the side of Soft Noodles, as they will be getting back onto the defense. However, we already see Malevolent upset the tables once, but Soft Noodles seem to want to walk away with this on the defense. Bait gonna be back onto that roam that he has been so devastating at this whole game. If they don't shut him down early, this one could go into the favor of Soft Noodles relatively fast. Going to be another CC side overhold. This time they do have the Azami ready to go for it, which just buys them all the time in the world that they could ever need to lock this down and hold it. Azami plus Castle plus Mute plus Bandit. It just seems like everything is set up to just, you know, deny all the time in the world. The only thing that could have made this better was to have a smoke with it. Bait setting up on Lounge side, running over to Garage. Are we going to see a spawn peek? It is a very good possibility. Tucking in to hide in the corner. If he's drone, though, he's a free kill. And they do have a Blackbeard setting up and droning in. But not checking to see where bait is. They didn't even check the corner. Monty now taking Raptor's control, walking up, pushing himself straight up to a zombie. If the zombie makes the call too early, this will cost Bait his life. However, Bait is now found by Keegan. Then he will drop himself down oil pit. He can still hold and deny, though, from where he's at. Basically, the Monty is by himself on top garage. Not really much of a threat to anybody but himself. And Keegan will make the rotate up, taking a lot of damage. We'll see Panday, though, pick up the kill on the Climps. They now have that top floor control, or that top CC control. But here comes Bait. He could hit the flank of a sentry here. Come up garage, because neither one of these shield players are even concerned about it. They still have the mute holding close with a shotgun, making this a big trouble here for Chromio. And a good crossfire setup. However, Keegan is able to get in there. Tank's finding a refrag onto him, though. Down by 2 bodies. They still have Bait, who is playing on lounge. Could come up and hit the flank. Going garage side and rotating rafters. These attackers have no idea that they're about to be flanked on, except Panday now knows. Goes for a swing. They got the Rickshaw, the Monty helping out as well. Bait dropping himself back down oil pit yet again. And Tank's taken down. Pineapple now down as well. It is just Bait left in a 1v4, the man versus the world, as they now have site control. Diffuser being planted. And here comes Bait running up red stairs. They do know he's there, though. Relic will get TK'd by Sonically. Diffuser is planted. Could be a massive bluster here. Riksha covering with the Monty. Doesn't matter much what you do to him. You can't get rid of him. And Panday will pick the kill, giving the game to Malevolent 7-8. And sending Malevolent into, I believe, the, I don't know where they move on from here. Some sort of finals. Good game to him. Gulia, if you're watching, can you unmute me in the server, please? We're going to go for an interview with the winning team.
Oh, you doing an interview?
That's all you, Rishka.
Oh.
My heart's racing right now. I can't. I'm sorry. So much shit's going on.
Are we doing a separate call for it? You can unmute.
I'm
talking to the stream.
I'm
Still
stuck
talking
server
to
muted.
stream.
Oh, he's server muted.
Get fucked.
I'll join you in VC2. Or VC3, excuse me. 4. No, maybe.
Tell him I'm muted in all the server.
So, as we're gonna talk...
He's server. He's...
Now, please bite a chunk out of that ass.
Let's see. I'm going to join a server in which I'm not muted in. Get a rickshaw to come in and chat. Get a little bit of an interview going with our winner for that map. And he put it right. What a game. A rickshaw, can you hear me? Bro, join me.
Yeah,
I'm in
no.
the Malevolent Discord.
I'm here.
You're here. Okay.
Yeah, Moss was getting in the way, dude.
Moss, yeah. So, I mean, give me the play-by-play of the team right there. I don't even care about map 1 and 2. Map 3. What was the thought process?
Oh, I mean, you gotta be a bit more specific than that, cause, well, actually, I guess I can kind of get into it. So I'm not gonna lie, going into map 3, we were kind of chalked.
I could tell. I heard that.
We like Skyscraper. Obviously, you've seen us play it before.
Mm-hmm.
And going down 2-4 on defense, it was due to little mistakes too. It wasn't like we were leaving gaping holes in the defense. It was like shots weren't getting hit, people weren't calming. what they were looking at. So like stuff was getting double held and we were getting backshotted or we weren't watching the right stuff, right?
Yeah.
So going into clubhouse, we were trying to play the mental fight there. And bait. That bait was a vigil.
bait.
Yeah, 17 and change, I think. Shout out to him. Good shots. He had our number on Clubhouse, but we called that timeout because like once again we weren't doing the basic things right. Like we had just been flanked round after round after round by bait. We knew it was coming.
Like 4 rounds straight, I think. I know every time they went basement, he would pull at least a double or a triple kill off on a roam.
Yeah, and it was chalking us so much. I'm not I'm not even gonna lie. Like
Do
you
not-
heard in the timeout.
Do not watch the stream back. I'm telling you right now. Because
Because
I called you out hard on that. I'm like, bruh, it happened like 8 times straight. Please, someone in this team fix it.
The thing is, we're making the adjustments. We went from, you know, let's not mess around dealing with this vigil. You know, let's just focus on, you know, main, maybe bar, and a dirt bush. Just keep it minimal. Make him come to us. Well, then
Yeah.
he walks down main stairs and gets a 3-piece. Like, guys, we know he's flanking. Why are we? But that's
three-piece was
whatever.
nuts. It was nuts.
Yeah. Well, kudos to him. We fucked up. Excuse the language.
You're all good.
But we talked about bringing Nomad and Gridlock, and the way that dude moved, it would have been useless. He would have hit all the Nomads, ran off, came back, hit another Nomad, run off, and he would just keep killing our time by doing stuff like that. So I tried that roar and bar door to bait, like, you know, if he tries to flank, that way we can just focus on main side. And
Yeah.
he still kills 2 people on main stairs, and I'm like, that's when we called the timeout. And I was getting pissed, and the boys were getting pissed. Like honestly, we weren't in the best headspace going into map 3, and even though we won the map, we're still not in the best headspace. That defensive round at the end,
Yeah.
Keegan almost getting C4'd by Sonic. Zero communication happened right there, but those two almost brought back a shitty situation, almost clutched up the round. So shout out to those guys, keeping their heads up. And then that match point, like, I think all of us were playing angry. We're like, we're not losing this game at this point. Like, we got it to overtime.
What was the thoughts of going into that, like, that map point at the end, knowing, I hate to say it, but that whole map was defensive sided. Both teams hitting 4-2 splits, knowing you're already at the disadvantage because you're starting attack and finishing attack on that map for your match point, like your overtime. What was the thought of that? Was it just kind of like, oh great, you know, this is it, or was there still a ton of hope there?
I mean, no, I will not. I will tell you right now, at no point did anyone, even including on Skyscraper, did anyone ever say we're gonna lose this game. Skyscraper, we were like, all right, hey, one more round, and Clubhouse, it was the same deal. They rolled us when we were up 6-4 or 6-5 to send it into OT. And even then, it's like, okay, guys, let's focus on OT. Let's get this. When we got to that last round, similar thing, man. I say our mental was chalk, but like our game planning, we kept with our attack. We made the micro adjustments for what they were doing. Like Keegan got ripped as Blackbeard walking in the garage by that Azami, so we brought the Monty. I forced Azami out of the play. Keegan was able to walk up. They tried. We keeping a very watchful eye on those stupid C4s and that rotating Vigil. And then Vigil tried to flank us garage. It was a 4v2 on site at that point, and the boys just clicked heads, collapsed site, and GG's. So, I mean...
Now, what about that team kill in the final round?
There was a team kill in the final round?
Yes. Sonically, I think,
TK'd?
bust the cap into somebody.
Sonic... I'm not even shocked. I'm not even shocked that it was Sonic.
they
Honestly,
were both
dude,
holding angle, and I think like they both swung at the same time for the Vigil. And I'm pretty sure it was Sonic bust the cap into... Who was alive at that point?
all of us. I think Panday might have been the only one, or maybe Relic was dead. I don't know.
It was
I thought
whoever
the whole team was
wasn't
up.
it wasn't No, there was somebody dead. The Monty was up, and the fuse was over in Logi, so it wasn't him. Whoever else is alive at that point. Someone got a cat busted in the back of. I think it was Habana got.
Or
capped.
Habana or Osa. Because I saw one that was next to me by the Osa shield go down, but I honestly thought Vigil fried him. But if that was Sonic's doing, again, I'm not shocked. That dude's heart.
That was Sonic.
That dude's heart for is going about 1 million. You probably heard him.
I could hear him.
It's like, I'm not doing the interview. Like, my heart's not gonna take it.
All right. So, now that you won that one, let me see what you move on to.
I think we won our group. That was the finals for our group, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you won finals for your group. Second place still has yet to be played. It's gonna either be Alchemist, Wise, Penumbra, or Soft Noodles. You're moving on to final stage. And who else is in there already? I believe U.S. Army Esports has a chance. They're going against either Voltage or Corvus Corp. And Synergy also just made final stage. So going into final stage, with everybody that's available on that list, who would you like to take on first? Because you're first in Group B. So you're going to take on whoever's second place of Group A, which has the chance to be U.S. Army Esports or Voltage or Corvus Corps. Voltage and Corvus are playing right now, I think.
I thought USAE had to play Corvus Corp for second place. I thought that's what MC was saying. I'm biased. I want to play the Army team just because, prior
no,
Army.
Actually, Voltage just won against Corvus, I believe.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
The game just went in. Voltage won 8-6 and 7-4 against Corvus. Meaning, I believe they move up bracket against U.S. Army Esports.
Okay. So,
Synergy took
I'm
first in their group.
I'm kind of expecting to play USAE. Now, that being said, I've seen them shit the bed a few times lately.
I have as well.
That will be up for debate. I know they lost to Synergy, and I don't know how they're doing, like, if we're going to end up playing Synergy where they won their group too, or what the deal is with that.
They won their group, so they're top of their bracket in Group A. They're going to be playing against whoever wins, or whoever comes in second of your group. Which, like I said, that's going to be down to Voltage versus USAE. Or no, not Voltage. That's going to be either Alchemist, WBZ Wise, or Penumbra. Which, let me see if any of these teams finished. I think the Wise versus Penumbra game is going on right now, and it's not done yet.
It's hard to keep track of how the brackets are going. It's kind of weird how they do it. But yeah,
sit down and look at it for a little bit. It kind of makes sense, but it is also really, really weird.
I mean, but to answer your question, yeah, I want to play USAE just because I'm prior Army there, so definitely want to play those boys. I will say, I gotta glaze at least one teammate every time I do these interviews. Tonight, that's gonna be the old man Sonic. Dude had a crap first map on Chalet. Except for the team kill, yeah. But the old man can still shoot when he's got a DMR in his hand, so well done. Way to keep us in the game in Skyscraper. Panda, obviously, shout out to you. New dude on the team, putting in work. So, I'm very happy with what the boys are doing. Once we fix up the little mistakes Ooh, these guys are going to be nutty.
Oh, I believe it. I was about to say, sonically, map 1 was putting in some major work, dude. Just hitting the spawn peaks left and right. I mean, he wasn't pulling kills, but he was leaving people almost one shot every single time.
Yeah, he was getting frustrated. And Collins, man, every time he'd miss one, he's like, man, I hate this spawn peak. And next round, he does the same damn spawn peak, it seemed like. But, he was getting into that.
The biggest thing I've seen on you guys' team that I will admit I fully made fun of you. You're going to watch back the cast. You're going to mother F me the whole time. I bullied you for it. That droning on Chalet. I don't know who your Monty was. As they're walking up through piano, the drone zips past the door, and I believe there's a Jaeger sitting at the door frame, just staring at him.
So that
I
was
was like-
Sonic droning that.
So Unk can gun but cannot drone.
Yeah, for some reason Keegan was on the shields and or on the Monty, which was the first time I've seen that personally.
Yeah.
So I gave him a little bit of shit because I'm like, dude, you're a Monty. How you like check your crap? I didn't realize he had a drone in front of him, but I mean, oh, excuse me. It happens. It was our first attack or whatever. So
Yeah. It was
I mean,
one of the early
as you
attack
see,
rounds.
we either go up 0-2 on our attack house, like right off the rip, we start out strong, and then they adjust to us and we struggle a bit, or our first attack, we were kind of feeling them out, and no shade at the other team or anything, but we can't ever seem to get a 7-0. We always gotta be 7-1, 7-2.
No, you
so-
can throw shade at them. I allow it.
Nah, those guys played great. I mean,
Dude,
after
they
getting
played
their
lights out.
asses kicked on Chalet, I mean, we're not gonna lie, we went into Skyscraper confident as hell.
See,
And
I kind of called that out. I was like, coming into map 2, like whenever they started pulling rounds on you guys, like, hold on, let me see if I can pull up the round history. I can't. I closed the tabs already. But once they started pulling rounds, I'm like, Malevolent got too relaxed. The team got too relaxed after that first map where they pulled, a 7-1 victory. They're like, all right, map 2 is our map pick and everything. It's gonna be easy. And man, did Noodles blow that up.
they did. I mean, like I said, we're getting shocked. I mean, going down 2-4, and we're happy with a 2-4 attacking half for
Yeah.
Skyscraper. So to get 4-2'd on the defensive side, that was rough.
Oh yeah.
And you hit the nail on the head. We got relaxed. We stopped the team play compared to Chalet. Like, we were all saying this is not how we were just playing, and we started recovering some. I will tell you that last round, if I would have been able to kill Legion and not whiff, that whole round probably plays out 100 times differently on that backstab I did up black there.
Yeah.
But no, the boys kept their heads in the game for Skyscraper. We were just going one round at a time, and we just couldn't get it there. If we would have got to OT, who knows what would have happened.
See, I was kind of thinking that because I seen like those glimpses of light whenever you guys were pulling rounds back. Because when you guys won rounds on that map, it wasn't like a dirty fought round. It was a round that like was pretty clean cut, straight to the bones. You knew what you were doing. But the
Yeah, a
rounds
couple
that you
early
guys were
picks, but-
losing were like they were dirty down to the end. There was no clean cut for them at least.
And that's been the story of the team. Like, all through OCS quals this weekend, like, except for like one map.
Oh, how did you guys do in OCS?
Oh, I don't want to talk about those.
Okay, fair enough.
Poorly.
Everybody I talk to who says, yeah, we played OCS quals this weekend. Oh, how'd you do? Ooh.
So we
Every
only
single
really
team.
got beat on one map, and then that was Sonic. I'm gonna call him out. Sonic messed up map bans. We did not want to go to labs, and then he took Nightmare Nix to labs, and that dude lives on labs.
Yeah, that's his home.
But even those, like, every map that we played, like, the rounds we were losing were coming down to 2v2s, 1v1, or like post-plant, bad post-plant execution on our part. So, like, we weren't necessarily getting fully beat. It's just all those little mistakes that you saw us making tonight on Clubhouse was just amplified even worse.
Because the other team was exploiting harder.
Yeah. And I mean, once we can figure out how to get into a rhythm where we're making less of those little mistakes, like, I mean, I'll probably have to retire when these guys start doing that because I won't be able to keep up. But the guys are gonna look nutty. I mean, they're a good team when we play the team game.
Well, let's hope that you guys are able to lock that in. I'm gonna end the stream here. Any final words you want to say to the guys?
Shout out to the boys for keeping your head into the game. Shout out to Malevolent Esports, obviously. Moo's been on our butt lately, but he's a good director. Takes care of us. One thing before you end the stream, I want to know what your opinion about that pocket strat was.
Yo, I didn't have enough time to count all the utility because you guys started getting kills too early. I counted to like 15, and I think they broke the record. And then I get a DM. Yeah, I was supposed to, I get a DM from you saying there was 23. I was like, what? He goes, there was 23. So hopefully it's clipped on my stream. I asked somebody to. I don't know if they did or not. I have to look. But I
gonna
do
the
also
utility.
have. Oh wow! I do have to go back through the stream. I found a perfect clip of who was your Jaeger setup up top of Chalet?
First round?
Yeah. No, like second or third.
Oh, Panday.
I got a perfect clip of Panday just at the start of the round for no reason just starts breakdancing on top Mez. Just no reason. Like 10 seconds in, Buddy just starts hitting it. I was like, that's clipped, I hope.
Panday's a vibe player.
He definitely seems like it. Alrighty, Richard, I'm gonna let you go for the night. Hey, good luck on the future of what this league brings. Hopefully many wins to come. And to everybody in chat, thank y'all for coming out and watching. It means a lot. And I will probably see y'all tomorrow for the Obey game in Champions League.